The Moneymaker Poker Tour is headed to Texas. That's right, we're going to the Texas Card House in Houston, Texas from January 10th to 22nd. We're going to have 11 championship events with over $500,000 in guarantees. Check out moneymakerpt.com for more information.
Welcome to TCH Live here in Austin, Texas, Texas Card House. We've got some no-limit hold'em action for you. We're going to start off with the PLO bomb pot as usual. I'm joined here by Rhino. I'm Kyle Frisbee. Welcome, Rhino.
Hey, thanks for having me on.
We'll have a good time. We have a great lineup here. We've got several players we'll kind of introduce as we go along here. Many I have played with before and have been on the stream, so this should be a very interesting one.
Juicy little flop here.
Everybody puts 10 bucks in the PLO bomb pot, double board, often a chop pot. But J-Win has a set of 8s to start off. It's a good way to start your night.
Bones has the 8 as well. He just, what will come of the turn in the river?
They generally do. Pretty packed.
Bones, I know these two have played together quite a bit. So this will be interesting how this plays out.
Bones isn't exactly dead on that bottom board. He still has the straight possibility there. He also has the confidence to call. Ooh. J-Win with the
J-Win with the scoop. He's not going to be folding. He got a friend for his 8, so now he has a full house on the bottom, the effective nuts.
The only question is, does Bones think that his queen kicker is good enough?
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see with J-Win to act. I could see him, since he knows he has equity on both boards, he may not pot it and go for some value, but he's probably going to pot it.
I'm thinking he's going to pot it because
he does pot it. Yeah.
Bones is thinking about it.
Bones is smiling. These two know each other quite well, so Bones doesn't want to get it blown off the first hand, but doesn't really have a strong enough hand on the top and kind of a weak kicker with trip 8s on the bottom.
I think that ace might be the reason that Bones folds, because the flush is still out there. It's non-existent, but Bones doesn't know that.
Yeah, Bones can't beat a flush. You can't beat an 8 with a better kicker. You can't beat a full house. And 2 pair and a bomb potted on top is not that desirable of a hand. I assume we're going to see a fold unless he just thinks J-Win is messing with him.
I played with J-Win a couple of times, and I can tell you that J-Win's not too much of a bluffer. Oh, he calls.
He gets paid off. Wow.
And what a way to start the stream.
Absolutely. Nothing like winning the first spot, especially if it's a bomb pot scoop, which is somewhat rare if you've played enough bomb pots.
As I always drunkenly say at the poker table, live by the bomb pot, die by the bomb pot.
It is true. It has made and maybe ruined a few sessions for all of us if you played enough. But if you get it down, it can be very profitable, as it was for J-Win here.
Can we take a moment to appreciate Bones' picture? His profile picture makes me want to be a better person. Like, I'm genuinely about to donate to charity. All right, let's see what we got going on with this next hand.
So regular no limit hold'em here. And we'll be going till about 10 p.m. today, usually somewhere around 100 hands. So we've got a ways to go. There's always a lot of interesting hands, maybe a lull here or there. But for the most part, with this group, I think we're going to have a lot of interesting spots. Oh, we have Prestige as well. Haven't had a chance to see him on camera yet, but we'll get to talk about the players as we go along.
Bones with the ace-4 suited. Whew. Slick. Big slick for Kevin.
Yeah, the ace little suited has become a more popular hand to play, and a skilled player like Bones who knows how to play it after the flop is definitely going to raise there. Kevin, I'm a little surprised that he just flats with ace-king, but a lot of times you'll see these players kind of settle into the game a little bit early on.
They're more than likely. Oh, we got the 4.
Bones now way ahead.
The thing about the ace-king is, do you raise and scare people out, or do you reel them in like a fish?
Yeah.
That fish said, not today, reel, not today. The 4 showed up.
No backdoor flush begins there for Bones, which he had a possibility of.
The question here is, does Bones know he's ahead? That's the tricky part.
I believe he's played with Kevin a decent amount that I see check call, which he lets it go. Wow, he believes him.
That's the problem with those low those low pairs, is anything can beat them. That's definitely going to be one of those heartbreaks you watch later when you review the tape.
Yeah, that's an interesting, well, and probably one of the biggest factors there, of course, was position. So Bones, he knew if he called the bet on the turn, he was going to have to call a bet on the river, and he probably didn't want to put that much money into second pair.
I'm almost surprised that Bones didn't 3-bet it to see where he stood. I guess he didn't want to cost the money, but...
Yeah, and again, I think I've kind of noticed, I feel like players will kind of settle in. We'll probably see some stuff later where somebody has a similar hand and plays it a bit wildly. So,
and we're back with the suited aces. They said not today. Johnny with the ace-jack.
Playable hand, yep. Chris with the better ace on the button. With a group like this, they know position, so raising the button looks potentially a little bluffy, so I don't blame Johnny for calling the 3-bet. Let's see if we have the diamonds. Chris does have the ace of diamonds, key card to have.
That's
5, 6, 7 suited.
Interesting flop to pop with those hands.
Chris wins with the C-bet. Pretty standard there, I would say. And quickly, we're on to hand 4.
I'll tell you, poker definitely goes a lot quicker when you're commentating as opposed to being at the table.
It certainly does. The one thing about commentating is you're in every hand, so there's no fold and check your phone or look at who else is at another table.
So you're saying my equity is solid as a commentator?
Equity is solid. So we got our first straddle of the night. So straddle to 10, I believe, and our first big pair already for the other Prestige he's going by. There is another Prestige that often plays the stream. Fun player to watch. Very good player.
Well, that is a fantastic name to have then.
And he wins a whole $17, which kind of can feel like a bad beat when you get a big pair like that, but it's early.
You know, I always have a philosophy. A win is a win. Because you never know what that flop, that turn, and that river can produce.
Right. Yep. And yeah, I think often the saying is you win a small one or you lose a big one with a big pocket pair, but can go the other way. So
Insert bad beat story here.
So everyone appears to have bought in between 1.5 and 2K. Jay Wynn now with almost 3K after that bomb pot scoop. So we'll get pretty deep here as we go along.
I can't tell you what to do. Well, not recommend. Two raise, 35.
With another ace queen.
Not a bad way to start in the first 5 hands. 2 ace queens.
Uncle T with the suited connector. I truly believe 9-8 suited is one of the unsung best hands in poker.
It's a good non-premium for sure. You can make a lot of disguised straights, flushes, 2 pairs.
Kevin with the pocket 7s.
Kevin does raise it up here. Chris calling with position.
3 players.
No set for Kevin, but we do have a
No one with
gutter
a spade.
for Chris.
Check, 3 check.
No spades, all spade flop. 3 of the turn changes nothing. Nobody particularly happy with this board. Kevin actually, or Uncle T with his pair of aces actually way ahead. Oh, and the ace on the river, he gets there for Chris.
But
Kevin,
does Uncle T think that his 8 is good? Kevin thinking about it.
yeah, he may try to represent that ace. He was the 3-breader pre-flop, so it's a believable bet here, but unfortunately
75.
Chris is the one with the hand he's representing. It's not an easy call necessarily with ace-queen. We could see that he's way ahead.
Well, Chris is also looking at that flop flush possibility out there. But he says not today, Satan.
3 fold.
Nice call by Chris.
Ooh.
Great river. Big pot. 1,300 on hand 5. I believe with this group of players, we're going to be playing what in Vegas would probably be more of like a 10-20 game, probably. So we're going to see a lot of big pots. We've already had a couple over 1,000, and we're just
Big line, please.
early on here.
Well, I definitely just heard a can open, so give that liquid gold some time to hit, and them bets be a coming. They'll all be golden nights. Ace 5 getting folded quite a bit tonight.
1 gold, 2 raise, 35. 4
Oh, we got
5 raise, 125.
Suited connector for Bones, but his clubs are dominated by Chris. And now we got another ace-king for, I'm going to call him TOP. The other prestige is kind of long.
I think
We'll call
TOP
him
is
top.
a solid name here.
7 raise. 275. 8 fold. 2 fold.
Johnny folds suited connector, understandably, facing the
Probably a
bet.
good raise there.
I have 200. I have 400.
What will you do, Bones?
I got like 900 in whites.
Yeah, they're not quite. They're just barely deep enough. That's what Bones was looking at. He's. I don't think he'd mind me saying he's a well-known pro here in Austin and knows exactly what he's doing, and actually
7 bet.
outflops the ace-king.
Backdoor flush possibility is still there, but that 6 is standing tall. Look at that fantastic sweater Uncle T's wearing from the fine folks at Texas Card House.
Uncle T always looking sharp.
Terrible taste in football teams, but we'll forgive him. Go Green Bay.
Oh, I'm on Uncle T's side. I'm a Cowboys fan. But
hey, I love the Cowboys Stadium. Green Bay has the most Super Bowl wins that I've ever had there. But
all
Bones,
right, backdoor gets there for Bones, so he's got a lot more equity. So
Bones has the pair and the flush draw. But the question is, does our boy TOP have the gusto?
Bones jams. I kind of saw that coming, and at this point,
you have to.
TOP has to let this go. He has almost no equity, 10%. Nice hand for Bones. Played it aggressively. Big turn card for him.
He had to fold there. There was nothing.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I respect the aggression. He just, that turn card, I think if it's not a club or doesn't give Bones 2 pair, he probably goes ahead and wins with that second barrel, but not in this case.
And we've seen that heartbreak so many times, or more than likely, had TOP called, the ace would have come, but it would have been the ace of clubs.
You're right.
Lord knows I've crashed my bankroll. Ace 5 again. Get out of here. Uncle T and the low jack.
On you, Tom.
What you gonna do with your 4-3?
3 4.
You don't even get a response.
It's going to throw that where it should go.
This is definitely going to be a big blind special.
6 raise, 35.
Oh, Kevin says I got ace 7. That's better than ace 5. Oh, TOP with the suited connect. We got 2 suited connectors.
Barber's going to let this. He's going to come along, actually. Oh, for very.
It's 35.
For a small tax. Could always smash the flop.
Start making tampons for that.
And look at that.
It comes in a blue box.
Top pair for TOP.
7 at 75.
Johnny's got a gutter with 8-9. Backdoor flush.
He's going to let it go. Does Barber think that his jack is still good?
I've always done bourbon, and then like Cinnabon convinced me that I'm the idiot.
You might see one more, but I
Supposed to do it
kind of lean towards seeing him fold here.
I'm like,
Just having watched him in the past, he
so
tends to be pretty selective in these
so I go to the
spots,
fucking liquor store, right? And I get a bottle of Templeton.
and he does let it go.
Oh, trying to impress people, get Templeton rush. And I go home and I make myself
There we go.
old-fashioned. And mind you,
TOP wins one.
I'm thinking this, I'm like, I like the bourbon more.
I'm still convinced that 7-4 is the greatest hand in poker. Most people who are probably right would disagree with me.
So is that your favorite non-premium hand?
I will tell you that I think pocket aces are the worst hand in poker. It's like that girl that you know you're not supposed to get back with, but she calls and you're like, okay, I'll give you that. And then she lets you down.
Just get let down again and again?
2 weeks ago, I was on the live stream.
I would say I feel the same way with jacks.
Oh,
Jacks are my cute chick that texts you back down the road.
how do you feel about King 8 suited for Uncle T? Oh, Jay.
He's going to play it.
So 2 weeks ago, I was playing on the live stream, had pocket aces. Jaywin had pocket 9s like he does right now. 9 on the flop. Little did I know, little old me with my small bankroll decided to jam all in.
Yeah, he's going to play him aggressively here. He raises to 110. I don't think he's going to get any takers.
I think Uncle T's going to.
Uncle T does call. Can't love this spot out of position, but outflops him with top pair. Jaywin's definitely going to continue here. That hits his range as 3-better much more often.
Still has a decent pair, and he's just waiting for the 10 or a 9. There it is.
Boom. Straight for Jaywin. Uncle T now going to bet at it. However, we can see the cards, but any ace is the best hand, so this is not an easy call. And Uncle T has a lot of aces in his range. I bet this just goes check, check. Or not. Jaywin's going to keep bombing it.
He's going to call it. He has to there. Don't worry, Uncle T. I know your pain of being beaten by Jaywin's 9s.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's a tough one there. I mean, there's so many aces in your range, or in the range of 2 players as the pre-flop action played out, but Uncle T was not believing Jaywin there.
Well, to be fair, had that 10 not come,
And
Uncle T had
I mean, she thinks it's great.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
some people, if they're insecure about something.
said
like
every
their
poker
kids,
player ever.
You know, she thinks it's like amazing.
Who is it?
My mother.
Uncle T with the robbery. If you're a poker fan, you know what that means.
6 fold, 7 fold, 8 fold.
10 jack
But I
offsuit.
never like could figure out why some people. Would
Ace 9, I don't think Barbara's going anywhere.
Sense, and I'm hearing like 1 raise to 35.
Yeah, he's first to open, has an ace, wins $15. Nothing wrong with that.
Is that the second hand he's won with just the big blind special? Not necessarily the big blind special, but the,
Just a late position raise and small win.
yeah.
I think it may have been TOP had one like that with kings.
Oh, okay, okay.
But yeah,
Uncle T making it rain
True Luck.
with them Jacksons.
now we've got a triple straddle, it appears. I think Bones has made it. Might be a hidden chip there, but I think that's going to be $20 as the new big blind.
If I looked at their website, they would have it.
Uncle T adds on a little bit.
I did research and like one of the top ones was Elijah Craig, which I've never heard of. And then I asked the guy about it. He's like, yeah, it's really popular.
And here we go.
The cards they are a-coming.
Got Carly in the box. Great dealer, very experienced. Been here for the whole time I've been playing at TCH, which is a few years now.
Well, that definitely trumps me, so I think that she has been there as long as I have.
Yeah, she's a really excellent dealer, and also has a fun sense of humor. I'll put it that way.
She was one of the dealers at my first live stream here, and I believe she is a fan of Legend of Zelda.
Ah,
Potentially. Excellent.
6 check. 8 check.
so we've got vibes with ace high here.
We have it confirmed that she is a fan of Legend of Zelda. And who isn't? But let me tell you about the Legend of the Suited Connector. Not really going anywhere here.
Yeah, but yeah, the ace high wins with the bet. He had the best hand, was maybe semi-bluffing there.
There's nothing more heartbreaking than having suited connectors and getting no straight draw and no flush draw.
So we see the RFI numbers at the bottom of your screen, so it's just a measure of how many people are raising when they first enter a pot. It does not include a limp if you just flat call the big blind or the straddle. So you can see Chris and Kevin Bones raising the most often.
6 fold.
First in the pot.
7 raise 35. 8
Got
fold.
suited broadways for TOP.
1 fold. 2 fold.
Nobody else with much.
Why not?
Looks. Oh, Bones says not today. I think Bones got the memo wrong. It's 7-4, not 7-5.
That actually sounds good. Yeah. That sounds like the way to do it.
So now
Oh.
we've got a gutter for TOP.
Oh,
He's definitely going to call with 2 overs and a gut shot. And smashes the nuts on the river.
Wow.
TOP cannot be beat, so he is praying that Bones bets, but unfortunately when he raises here, Bones is going to insta-fold because he has squadouche. But don't blame Bones for taking a shot at it.
7 raised, 350.
He raises to 350. Bones is going to pretend to have a decision for 2 seconds and let it go.
Where are you?
Live 10.
not quite.
Jaywin with 100% on the Went to Showdown WTS.
Oh, Rome.
Yeah,
Thank
that
you.
I believe that's because of his bomb pot win.
Also, his pocket nines went to Showdown.
Oh, correct. Yep. So he has 2 there. No showdowns for Barber, TOP, or Johnny Vibes, but I'm sure those numbers will change as we go along.
I can't,
Very early, just 12 hands.
can't lie to you. I thought Bones was going to be higher on that percentage.
7-fold, 8-fold.
I imagine that'll
Not as good as Aaron's chicken
change
broth.
as we
Remember
go
when
forward.
Aaron was taking like chicken broth from the machine and putting tequila in it. It was so bad.
Barber contemplating
A
8-3 and
chicken
letting it go.
bomb, 2-fold.
Oh,
Suited 8-3 is the
Yeah,
drunk
not
boy
8-fold.
call.
I used to be like, "Hey,
Uncle
spin
T
it."
in position. He's got a suited ace, so he's going to raise.
Raised to 40.
And unfortunately, Jaywin has Broadway cards, so I imagine here comes a 3 bet.
That broth bomb.
Yeah, Jaywin ain't going anywhere with that one. Wolf with the 3 bet.
55.
Yeah, and Uncle T, his ace-6 shrinks real quick. Facing that 3 bet.
If it's any consolation, Uncle T, you're 1 in pre-flop.
The one difficult thing about this spot is these 2 players know each other, and so
There you go. Enough is enough.
it's hard for Uncle T to necessarily get. He knows Jaywin is capable of making that move pretty light. So we're going to go see a flop. Ace high still good for Uncle T.
Uncle T got the backdoor flush right there.
Now a gutter for Jaywin.
Which leads me to believe Jaywin isn't going anywhere.
This is going to be a tough bet for Uncle T to continue with, and he lets it go.
Thank you.
Jaywin currently ahead with player stack with that nice
they gave me the wrong someone else's
trip 9.
He's had a couple good wins. Bones actually respectably only down 330 after losing, I believe it was about 900 in the very first hand in that scoop bomb pot. So he's chipping back up here.
Are you just the celebrity dealer these days? Are you just a celebrity dealer
Yeah.
these days?
8-fold. 1-fold.
It's always fun in the 4 hours that we do the stream. At some point there will be a big pair and another big pair. Those are always fun. See how that plays out. We haven't seen it yet. We've seen kings. Don't believe we've had aces yet,
We
but
haven't tonight, but we do have some
we'll
ducks.
get it. We got the ducks for Kevin Y.
TOP back in the game.
6 check, 7 check.
Jaywin with the king.
Top pair, no kicker.
Come on. Blessing.
Blessing.
Does pick up a gutter to go with it. Nobody with hearts.
7-fold.
Kevin betting at 30 has all the hearts.
Yeah, Jaywin's not going to go anywhere here for sure.
Heads up.
throws in the I don't have much call. And he's going to let Kevin barrel at it again and probably just flat would be my guess.
Yeah, I figured
Kevin slows down. J-Win could go for thin value or check back here.
Are we getting a check raise?
He's going to go ahead and bet, but Kevin does have a bit of a bluff catcher, and he does.
He calls.
Yeah. I don't blame him. He knows J-Win would bet there with air.
All I heard is Texas Card House merch. Air J-Win.
Oh, don't compliment him that much. Just kidding, J-Win.
Oh, I was specifically told by my girlfriend not to laugh on the stream. That I have a loud, annoying laugh. Fair.
So when are y'all breaking up?
You know,
John, what happened to the
that's
Cowboys?
probably her decision.
What was it?
When we go to the WSOP, 2 a.m. in the morning, hey, baby, can you send me $1 million?
You have a loud, annoying laugh. Wow.
She said it with all the love in the world, and in my defense, she handed me an Oreo as she said it.
Oh, that's nice.
That's the we got a bomb pot.
Bomb
So-
pot number 2.
If you notice on the screen, there's the VPIP, the voluntarily put money in pot. 2 weeks ago, I was on the live stream playing with good old Kieran, close to broke. He was to my left. On the one stream, he decided he wanted to be 100% VPIP.
That had to be fun.
That was brutal.
Let's see here. We'll get the equities. For those following along at home, if you look at the players' cards, the easiest way to figure out who has what is to look at the percentages as they catch up here with the graphics. Then we'll figure out who has what. There's a 10 for Chris W. He has flopped the second nuts with ace 10. Looks like he has some equity on the bottom. Excuse me, the top.
Question is, will Uncle T stay with his top board king high? Not king high.
He's got top 2 pair,
Oh, he does.
but that's not the best hand in a double board PLO bomb pot. For 180, he's going to continue. And this is interesting because this shows Chris knows he has the bottom board locked up. So a common strategy here is to get a little more money in the pot. And if you know you have little equity on the other board, now he's built a pot and he's going to pot this. Is my guess. To try to get Uncle T to fold the top board.
I don't think he's going anywhere, though, because in Uncle T's mind, he has the straight.
When I go to get my first
We
fight,
know he doesn't.
He does have the straight, but with a paired board, that's a little scary.
True.
so that way that stick is actually pretty long. So it's like fairly imbalanced.
Let's
Anyway, I go
see
for my
here.
first fight and the whole thing just like flipped perfect.
Chris
And I get one
probably
bite, and I was
doesn't
like,
love the jack.
I was so hungry.
Yeah, now ace jack beats him on the bottom, so it goes check, check, and they'll chop it down. Nice play by Uncle T hanging in there.
So
2 pair and a double board PLO bomb pot is not often the best holding, but with that run out, worked out for Uncle T. He did have the straight that kept him in there, but I think the jack on the river saved him a pot-sized bet from Chris that might have made him fold 2 pair.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Which hold is good too, but like they definitely assume you know what you're doing. They're not
Not many
gonna walk
pre-rut
through.
raises.
I thought the couple bob.
Yeah, PFR relatively equal. Johnny Vibes, I've seen him play quite a bit here on stream, and I believe he's just been card dead for the 15 hands we've played. I'd imagine that will change. Same for Barber.
Some people don't like
one-sided.
He finally. That's fine.
Johnny, no discounts.
Yeah, Johnny's life 10.
Well, we had a bump up.
It was a ball. Oh, that's right. Yeah. But Johnny finally tried to fish the other night when I ordered it.
Nine, statistically the worst hand.
Easy. 2 fold, 3 fold. 4 raised to 30.
King 9,
King 9.
not 7 deuce.
I don't believe so. I'm
Pretty sure it's 7 deuce.
Is it 7 deuce?
Yeah, it's 7 deuce. The 7 deuce is the worst hand in poker. King 9 is not. You're often counterfeited with a better kicker. I think the most interesting random statistic is that 5-6 suited is the best hand you can have against aces.
Really? I like that. That King 9 would have been real pretty right now.
King 9 would have looked pretty nice on the flop.
But
Got
Kevin pocket 4s standing ahead. The question is, does he believe that? He does.
6 at 50.
it's such a wet board. I guarantee you he's not betting because he thinks his 4s are good. I think he's trying to fold out hands that are worried about 2-pair or straight draws. Jay Wynn's just got a gutter, and he lets it go. So while we take a quick break here for Carly to shuffle up before she deals, we're going to talk about the New Year's Bang. So we have a big tournament coming up in 2 locations, starting January 1st, or I'm sorry, excuse me, ending January 1st, beginning December 28th. This will be a $300,000 guaranteed tournament between Las Colinas in Dallas. And you can see the start dates there, multiple day 1s to get yourself to day 2 and hopefully win that big top prize.
You got your choice of Las Colinas or Dallas, but it looks like we're going to Dallas for day 2 and 3.
2 fold. 3 call.
So Dave,
4 raised.
the ace.
There's a big pair for Jay Wynn.
Uncle T and Jay Wynn have been kind of going back and forth, but Bones will not be denied with his ace 10.
8 fold.
Yeah, he's going to be not happy when Jay Wynn 4-bets here, which is definitely coming. He's asking him what he's playing.
4 call.
Oh, he just splats the 3-bet, which I don't blame him for. He's out of position with jacks. And that is a fantastic flop for jacks. And Bones with a little bit of equity with his ace 10. He does have a gut shot straight draw. Now gains an open ender on the turn. So Jay Wynn,
keep him in there.
Jay Wynn probably okay with the king, makes it a little more likely he can get some more value out of Bones here. I can't see Bones going anywhere with his double gutter.
5 call.
So he's going to flat. Oh, and Bones gets there with this stone cold nuts on the river. Brutal spot for Jay Wynn here. He has to absolutely hate that card. I would see him maybe going with a blocker type bet, maybe 250, 300 to try to prevent himself getting blown off his trip jacks, but he has to, yeah, and he does. He goes, it looks like 350. Now Bones is just deciding how much can I raise and get called.
Yeah, there's no flush. There's no low. There's no better straight. Bones knows he's in there.
Not a single thing to be concerned about other than how do I extract the most money from my friend Jay Wynn. I bet he might polarize it and go really big, or he might go for value, maybe like a $900, $1,200 raise.
Looks like he's going for a 3-bet there. Oh, wait, no. I think right around what you called.
Yeah, looks like Carly will count it out here for us. Looks like, yeah, 1.4. Really brutal spot for J-Win. This is actually a pretty interesting spot for J-Win. I don't envy him whatsoever. There's already a lot of money in the pot. The raise isn't huge relative to the pot. He beats all 2-pair, but he can't beat a straight. He also knows Bones is capable of making a move to represent a straight here when he does not have it. So I would imagine he's trying to evaluate how often is this a bluff. Because at this point, he basically has a bluff catcher, even though a set of jacks on the flop is a very strong hand.
Does J-Win put him on 2-pair? Or a missed?
I don't see on this as connected and wet as this board is. I don't see Bones raising with just 2-pair necessarily, unless he's going for really thin value or has some kind of read on J-Win. So I think he's really just polarized to, I've got a straight or I've got a bluff. And I'm trying. Bones may even be thinking he's trying to get J-Win to call with 2-pair. Of course, J-Win's a little stronger than that with his trip jacks. It's just a really tough spot for J-Win.
But he's also probably putting him on that straight possibility.
Yeah, there's multiple straights that could be made, so, and he puts it in. Yeah. Don't blame him, but pot of the night so far for Bones, $3,527. So
Definitely got his bomb pot loss back there.
yeah, he is now, I believe, our big winner after that pot. Can't blame J-Win. That's a, I believe, a player-specific type call there. I think against a lot of other folks, J-Win probably lets that go. But he knows Bones is capable of a bluff there, so unfortunately this time he was incorrect, but for Bones, he has now got a big chip stack.
Yeah.
Carly handing out those cards.
Raise to 35.
Chris with the pocket kings.
4 fold. 5 call.
Bones with the suited connector, ace high.
7 raise.
Oh,
75.
TOP with the big slick suited. Big Slick put on a suit today. Johnny Vibes letting his ace jack suited go. I don't see Chris going anywhere with those pocket kings.
We're doing really good percentage-wise. That one required bluffing.
Raise 435. 5 fold.
Looks like Chris is racing into 435. Bones getting out of there. TOP all in with the ace king suited against kings. I have seen this battle many a time. Oh, you don't want to see that with ace king. Oh my god, the ace king turned around for the straight. Oh. There's a straight on the board. That was anticlimactic. I mean, definitely happy for Chris there with his whopping $26 win.
Yeah. 2, 3,
Oh, yeah.
4, 5,
But-
6.
What a thrill ride. He wanted to see the 3, but he didn't see the 3 actually saved him there.
Run it twice. Run it twice. Run it twice.
Looking at the WTSD, the win to showdown, Chris barely ahead of Jay Win at 60% to 57. Bones at 50%.
Supposed to do.
I'm rooting for you, Thor. I'm rooting for you.
Relax, Robbie.
Huh?
Relax, Robbie. We're still on stream.
Charlie handing out the cards again. Let's see what
It's king.
Rattle for 10.
Ducks.
she gave Uncle T a suited connector.
You know, 5 hours without it.
Yeah. Some people want to fly. I just want to know
4 raise, 45. 4
Who's the superpower me?
5.
You can pick one.
if I pick one. From occupation, X-ray vision would be nice.
It's like reading people's minds. Like,
Oh yeah,
Not just
that would be
occupation.
cool. Yeah. But what if like you hear too much and you get the world gets noisy and you hear weird
I
stuff?
would assume that you would have some sort of filter. Yeah, I feel like I could like.
TOP with the
superpower, you could focus on a
Ace King.
specific person, not
Not suited this time, but
Yeah.
Christmas come early. He wins the $62.
Thank you.
Bones currently ahead as the top winner thanks to that
Life 10,
straight
life
earlier.
20.
Carly handing out the cards. You got a 7. Get out of here, Bones. 7-4, best handed. How dare you, Kevin? The TOP with the suited connector.
7 raise to 60. 8 fold.
Gonna raise that up to 60.
1
Johnny Vibes getting out of there. Thor getting out of there. Thor hasn't caught a hand tonight. Jalen, I don't see him going anywhere with the 10-9.
Come in.
4 call. Heads up.
He flats it.
Oh, what is going on? Everyone has cards on my screen exposing. Okay.
Carly with the Skyrim-esque tattoo there. Good for you.
Check issues.
4 checks. 7 checks.
TOP with the nice little trip there.
Check.
4 checks.
So 55.
7 bet 55.
Thing is, does Jay wouldn't think his 9 is good?
75.
4
In there. 7. Oh, check.
4 checks.
150.
Looks like
7
the
bet
trip is going to be
150,
good.
4 call.
I don't see Jay winning. Looks like the trips took it.
Thank you.
TOP currently leading in the VPIP,
Live 10, live 20.
53%.
Yeah, my screen on this side is
You know, between Skyrim on her forearm and her love of Legend of Zelda, I think Carly may in fact be the greatest poker dealer of all time.
Six fold. 7 fold.
Johnny Vibes with the ace suited connector.
8 raise.
Give that a nice little raise to 60. Barber probably going to call with the ace 2, which, no, he raises it.
1 raise to 160. 2 fold. 3 fold.
Well, unbeknownst to Barber, there's already been an ace folded.
160.
I don't know.
8 fold.
That ace stays inside. Let's see how this goes.
Yeah, I didn't take it as a needle. I took it more as a, hey, I want to make
Johnny
sure.
Vibe's still ahead, but
Actually has him drawing dead.
One bet 180.
thing is, though, does Barber think his ace is still solid?
Yeah, these two have played together for a bit, so he might feel like an ace-high call is warranted, but not in this case. Johnny Vibes has been pretty patient. He's been pretty relatively card dead all night.
Looks like that too is going to give him a little bit of a falsie, as we say in the pro wrestling world.
After he started develop, after Uncle Scotty started.
We'll have to talk more about that here in a moment.
We can't. I wore spandex and touched men for money. This is what you call in the wrestling world a falsie, because he probably thinks, based on how this hand has been going, yep, he does. He thinks his two is good.
I think he's trying to blow Johnny Vibes off of
Johnny could
his
think
queen.
That he has the ace. Or the
Well,
ace
and,
eight.
and Barber's played pretty tight, but he just has too strong of a hand to fold, and he's going to make the call.
Probably a good call. Show that queen. Show that
You
knife.
need to learn to be a father. You know, you gotta forget about
So
degenerates.
for the
Very Scotty when baby, father baby.
for the listeners, so what is a falsie in wrestling?
So in pro wrestling, a falsie is when you feel as though the match is about to
You just
end,
like to use the game to score.
and they hit you with the 1-2-0, which is hit you with a big move, 1-2 last second kick out. Kind of what happened there. He made us.
We actually, I had, for the folks listening, I had to step away for a moment, but we did have a note from the producer. Barber actually had pocket aces that hand. He did not have ace deuce, so he was well ahead of Johnny. And Johnny paid him off, so that's why the pot went Barber's way. So just to explain to everyone, the way this works is the table uses radio frequency ID to read the cards in the table. That's relayed to our producer. The dealer relays the bet amounts and the stack amounts if a player adds on, for example. So if a card happens to go across one of the reading parts of the table a little too close, it can misread. So in that case, Barber was way ahead with his aces, and that's why the pot went his way.
Speaking of the pot going your way, Jaywin, who was behind Uncle T, now with the trip threes.
And has almost this thing locked up. Disaster card on the turn for Bones would be a deuce, but we may not get there. And we don't. Jaywin's going to win a small one. But, you know, $40 will get you a New York strip at Texas Roadhouse across the street from TCH Austin.
My God, that sounds delicious. If only there was a poker card house across the street. Wait a minute. There is.
Right here at TCH Austin, you can win a $40 pot and get a medium rare New York strip across the street.
Come for the cards,
For
stay
free.
for the steak.
Get you. You got one, right?
Speaking of steaks, look at that aggression frequency from Kevin
So have you ever
and
made that
Jaywin.
rabbit hole yet?
Yeah,
That's
they're
right.
they're going to be raising every hand they play practically, and so and as they should. Looked like we had a double straddle, I believe. So I think this hand started at 20.
You know, not one person has played 7-4. I don't think they got the memo.
Here's Uncle T with
The
pocket tens. Jaywin lets his suited connector go out of position, understandably, and Uncle T wins a small one. But again, he can have a New York strip across the street. We call it a small one, but $37 is $37.
Hey, guess what, Uncle T? You get to have a loaded potato now. Good for you.
Thank you.
If you can't tell, my favorite place to eat across the street is the New York Strip at Texas Roadhouse.
You know, I am a fan of eating there, but if I'm going to have me an adult frothy beverage, I'm probably going to go to the Cheddar's across the street. Cheap drinks.
I was just talking about Cheddar's with a family member yesterday, and it's been a while since I've been. I should go.
Oh, so good. For so cheap.
My favorite thing is when we watch a football game.
On to hand 23 here. Looks like we got double board PLO again.
The old plow, as they call it in Nebraska. I don't think that's true at all. I think I just made that up. All right, here come the cards.
All right, who's got what here? Barber's got some equity. Looks like J-Win with a little bit on both boards. Get to the bottom of this here in a moment as the table reads and relays. I believe somebody had hearts. Seems likely someone had a 10 here. We'll find out shortly. And Chris is the one with the 10. Trip 10s for Chris W. Uncle T's got top 2 on the bottom. And Barber has the flush draw, the non-nut flush draw, which is a little bit scary to chase in PLO double board bomb pots.
I don't see Chris going anywhere though with those Ace Jack 10 with that bottom board.
Johnny Vibe bets his set of 4s now full house. So let's see. Vibes has it locked up on the top with his 4s full of 10s. And we have a chop on the bottom with 2 pair kings and queens between Barber and Uncle T, and everybody. Johnny Vibes wins the top board, and this is one of the things about double board PLO you have to look out for when you have a moderate hand. Even if it's the best one, you can get quartered, which happens here. So Johnny Vibe actually makes a decent profit of 310.
Not a bad win there for him.
Not at all.
That's the worst. Trying to make sure put more money in. Like, all right, what do I do now? Anybody else in your family play poker? Or? Oh, really? Okay. There we go. Yeah. Grandpa still around?
So quick reminder, as we started off the show, Texas Card House Houston presents the Moneymaker Tour. He himself will be there in person. As you know, he started the poker boom back in 2002. And for those who don't know, Moneymaker is his real last name. He won the main event of poker, and so he'll be joining us in our Houston location for over $500,000 in guarantees between January 10th and 22nd of this coming year. We'll get back to the action here.
Johnny Vibe's got the queen suited. He says, get out of here. I'm more curious about Barber's hat.
I have noticed the hat, and I have not been able to figure it out. I may have to ask him next time I get a chance. We got a suited 10 jack, premium-ish hand.
I feel like he's going to take it with
We can do battle of the Christmas.
Raised 35, gets called by a much worse 10.
Yeah, Not
and
too bad
gets
anymore.
semi-out flopped. His flush draw for TOP.
We got a battle here. We got flush versus straight. What's coming first?
Yeah, gutter and backdoor flush for Chris. This could be a diamond on the turn. Would be interesting. That's also an interesting card.
Chris, it's the battle of Chris. I check.
Chris still way ahead, but TOP's definitely going to call to try to see another heart here.
And there it is.
Gets it. See what he does here. He's out of. He checks it. I love this. He's going to try to get Chris to bet again, and it's going to work. Now he's
We getting the check raise?
considering how much. I would imagine a raise is coming in. Probably targeting a 2-pair type hand, maybe ace 9, maybe a king 7 somehow. Does go ahead and raise it. I would imagine it's going to be about $300, $450.
And Chris knows immediately.
Quick
He has a
fold.
flush.
Yeah.
My God, now I want steak from Texas Roadhouse.
If only they were open a little later. We could go immediately following the stream. Speaking of time, we've got about 3 more hours with you folks. Thanks everybody for listening. Hop in the chat if you have any questions. I'm happy to chime in. Any comments you have?
Barber with the ace jack suited.
Yeah, he's been a little quiet, but also a little card dead. So, 25 hands. We've been here for a bit. It's really not that many hands. You can be dead for that. He has TOP's spades dominated with ace jack.
We got suited connector mania going on here. We got top pair versus no clubs. Bones with the backdoor flush possibility, but
Yeah, right now this is TOP's hand for sure. Bones leads out. We know TOP is way ahead, but the 10 kicker is not something you're in love with, especially facing a 3-bet pre-flop.
not with the way these hands have been. Ace, jack, big slick has been plentiful tonight.
And Bones is not going to slow down now that he hit his backdoor flush draw. This is a really tough spot for TOP. We know he has 79% equity, but he's going to quickly call. We'll see if...
I'm feeling a check, raise, call.
Yeah, TOP does check. Bones knows he has to bet to win this hand. I see him going pretty polar here, something between $800 and $1,400. Goes a little less. Actually, check that. Very close. $750. Yeah, not a great spot for TOP, but once you call the turn bet and the clubs brick out, you're forced to call, and he does. Great win there for TOP.
Nice little 1.5K win there.
If you win an almost $3,000 pot, I'll use your real name. The other prestige
You,
wins.
sir, have been besieged upon the full name. You, sir, can go to Texas Roadhouse and get yourself a ribeye.
He can buy a prime rib roast and feed his family with that pot.
All the time.
Yeah? So who gets to keep the name when you guys play on the same stream?
I go
Oh.
by my prestige. She goes by
My
prestige.
God, I should have eaten today.
No, I'm missing my phone, but it has my picture.
Apparently, TOP is missing his phone.
No, Preston's good, dude.
Yeah, he's very nice.
I was hoping you'd play tonight.
That's a hand that I definitely would want to play, but he does not. Maybe that's why I'm a terrible poker player.
Jay win with the Jay winners for the second time.
I will never not call pocket jacks Jay winners now.
Unfortunately, he lost the big one last time with an unfortunate run out, but maybe he can
Redeem it.
redeem it. Yes, exactly.
Thor getting in the hand with 10 and 9.
I believe we had no one with a king, so Jay win still doesn't love the king, but still has to feel he's likely ahead. Now he feels he's more likely ahead because even reduces the chances somebody had a king.
Now's a good time for TOP to raise, which he does. Or rather, bet.
Jay win with the best hand on the river here.
7-bet 150.
Definitely going to call that.
Definitely going to call. He might even, yeah, this is probably just a flat call. You can't really raise here. The only hands that call you beat you. So he makes the call and wins. Nice pot for Jay win.
Sorry, Jay Win, that's only $2.90. You could go to Cheddar's.
Okay. Get the 8-ounce sirloin at Cheddar's.
They have some fantastic chicken tenders.
Seat 5 had it on 1,000.
I'm going to say, though, based on how this stream has gone tonight, Ace, King, and Pocket Nines have been the nuts.
Definitely has been. We've had some pretty interesting spots for folks.
You guys
Some
can
good bluffs.
You guys on the live stream can come on down to Texas Card House Austin, get some Ace Kings and some Pocket Nines from Carly, and get yourself a Texas Roadhouse steak.
Yeah, absolutely. And for those, if you haven't played here, the way it works, it's a simple membership, $30 a month. You pay a low hourly rate to play. There's no rake. And you buy in with cash and leave with cash as you play.
And as a man who's played at several of the Austin poker houses, I think this, by far, is the most relaxed, chill, family-esque vibe you could get from a poker house.
Absolutely, yeah, very...
Speaking of Big Slick again with TOP.
It's Big Slick missing, but
7 calls.
still kind of a safe flop, although Chris outflops him. Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
Check. 7 check. Showdown.
Imagine it just goes check, check. They both have showdown value. But yeah, the stakes you're seeing here, if you've never played at TCH Austin or one of our other locations, we do have some games that are much more manageable to a newer player. You can buy in for as little as $100 at a 1-2 game and just test it out and get your feet wet. We have tournaments all week that are our standard tournaments that have less than $100 buy-ins if you just want to play a tournament and have a good time.
Fantastic tournament on Wednesday, $60 buy-in, $1,000 guarantee for the winner.
Can't get much better value than that.
So you can at Cheddar's.
Sound of an angel.
Except at Cheddar's.
Call us the... Wait, no. If I call us the Cheddar's of poker houses, is that bad? I mean it as a compliment. Barber not going anywhere with that ace. Barber going everywhere with that ace. Understandably so. Chris with the ace 10. But TOP has been finding luck with the mid-range cards.
Let me know when you're ready to do it.
Uncle T raising his
I'm gonna do it on
his crabs.
after whatever I do first.
Pocket threes for Uncle T and ace 10-3 flop here would be pretty wild.
I was not gonna
You were
made a
close.
commitment to my wife. I was like,
Got one of them.
drink, that's all I was looking
Uncle T knows he's way behind now, most likely, given
Chris
the
and
ranges
TOP
of his opponents.
Chris and TOP with the backdoor hardcore flush. loving the festive vibes of that Christmas tree.
Yeah, it looks great in the background.
Nothing looks better when you win a hand quite like a Christmas tree behind you.
Speaking of Christmas, this is our final live stream until the new year. So thanks everybody for joining us. We'll resume our regular schedule after the holidays.
Live stream, let's get y'all involved in this. What is your favorite hand?
Yeah,
And why is it so
I won't drink anymore until I leave 15 minutes. For many different reasons. Like, I just have a really bad inflammation.
My favorite non-premium is 9-7 suited. I'll show up with that once in a while.
I say 7-4 is my favorite hand, but I fold it constantly.
Chris is, by the way, Chris has had the most big aces I've seen in 29 hands. He's had ace-queen at least twice. He's had ace-10. He's had ace-king now. This will be interesting. And Uncle T's got another. He's going to try to flop a set. And J-Win is going to make it tough to do. He is making a move here with the squeeze.
9 out of 10 times when you got King Jack, you know someone has an ace.
Yeah, this is an interesting spot for Chris W. because the size of the bet to the stack, he jams.
That's what you have to do with the ace king.
And J-Win is, I was trying to squeeze here. I've just got King Jack. I don't really want to play a $5,000 pot. Yeah. He's going to let it go. Bad spot to make the move, but respect it. That was a very classic spot for a squeeze that would have worked majority of the time.
And if anything goes based on how this night has gone, it would have probably been a low draw.
Oh, did David already leave?
Yeah, it would have been fun to see if Uncle T could flop a set against one of those hands. But no way he can continue there.
Not with pocket sixes. I think pocket tens he calls. Not even
Be
that.
close, yeah.
Not even that.
I think queens he goes with, but that's probably
Oh God,
the
how many
minimum.
times have we seen the classic ace king versus queens?
2 raises, 25, 3 folds.
Give me a hand, I can $3.
See what do we got? We got a raise from Chris W. with a suited small ace. J-Win with a suited connector.
Oh, Jay would call him, excuse me.
Looks like Bones has his suited broadways. It looks like maybe the graphics changed there. He folds, so J-Win continuing the aggression and gets $100 back from Chris. They got about $420 from him last time, so a little rebate.
Hey, with $100 you can go to Long John Silver's.
I'm not sure why that place is still open.
There's one in Buda.
I don't like a place that I can smell what 100% of the food smells like when I park.
I have so many comments to make. They're just not appropriate for the stream.
Fair enough. That's my Long John Silver's feedback, though.
7 raised, 30.
I can't lie to you. I think they have the best fried chicken. They have the best chicken tenders.
Really?
I
I've
think
never
so.
had that there. I think I've eaten at Long John Silver's a total of 2 times in my life.
Oh, my goodness. I can't lie to you.
6 folds,
Long
7
John
raised,
Silver's
35,
makes
8
me
folds,
a
9
better
folds, 1 fold, 2 call. 3 raised.
I'm so curious what POP
Alright,
has.
we are caught up.
Yeah, we're missing one card. Viewers, if you can see the screen in the back, it actually tells the players if their cards have been read. So maybe we'll get that one scanned in here if he notices that. But for now,
We've got some fantastic people behind the scenes. They're going to get it fixed.
Bones with a real hand here, ace queen.
5 call.
I genuinely want to know who the purple guy is on Bones' profile.
Uncle T raises a lot of A lot of folks flatting that raise in this pot here. 9 high. We know TOP most likely has a 9 if we get his other card to scan. Oh, aces for Uncle T.
Uncle T said,
Let's hope that's actually real for his sake. That is a great flop for aces. Semi.
Chris still in there, though, with the straight possibility.
Yeah, Chris has a gutter. Uncle T, assuming that we've got all the cards correctly read at this point. Oh, and Prestige, it turns out he has top pair with a nice kicker of a king. Uncle T's definitely raising here, so I believe we have everything read correctly.
Bones getting out of there, and understandably so.
Yeah, Uncle T doesn't want to see another spade, doesn't know nobody else has spades, but I think this will probably shut it down.
I see Chris calling.
I don't know if he can call with a gutter there. That would definitely be... The TOP, I mean, he does have top pair. He may be thinking Uncle T's making this move with a flush draw, which a lot of people will semi-bluff raise with, but it's actually pretty far behind.
I got to throw this out there. Uncle T has had a ton of pairs tonight. This is just the first premium one.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, he's had a lot of little pairs,
He's folding that.
missed sets, but yeah, he gets that one through, wins a nice spot. 610 profit.
Not a bad win for pocket
Not a
aces.
bad win at all.
Definitely a better win rate than I do with those pocket aces. Jalen and Bones cracking a cold one.
Yeah, not the worst flop for aces, but he doesn't want to see any spade, any 10, any jack. A lot of turn cards are scary for the aces there, so decides just to take the pot as is.
And understandably so. You know, it's easy for us to sit here and evaluate what they have, and we can see what they have, but when you know nothing of what the other person has, that puts the strain on.
Totally different game. It's easy to sound smart when you can see the cards. Yeah.
I wish I could see that.
I try to balance it of, you know, what they might be thinking, not being able to see the cards, as we have a couple of seasonally appropriate snowmen for Johnny Vibes.
Bones with a suited connector, Thor with a suited connector. We got suited connector city. Well, I have just gone to school, but mostly about steak, because I have realized that if you, lovely streamer fans, want to come to Texas Card House Austin, there's a plethora of fantastic restaurants, almost as plentiful as that 10 that Bones just popped.
And we've got a flush draw for Kevin Y. He's got the second nut flush draw, top pair for Bones. Vibes still with technically second pair with the eights. A little something for everybody. Thor, that's not really the flop you're looking for with 6-5 suited, but does bet it to try to see if he can take this one down early.
Yeah, at that point, you're just hoping for another 5 or a 6. But the way Thor's been playing tonight, I've seen. Johnny Vibes getting out of there.
So Thor, new to the game, actually. Trying to decide what to do with his middle pair, no kicker.
Decides to go for the gamble.
Yeah, he knows if he turns trips or 2 pair, it's going to be pretty disguised, and he
Oh,
does
my
do that.
goodness. And
There's
it's
the
not-
2 pair. At this point, 3-4 makes a straight a very unlikely holding for someone to have, so Thor has to feel really good about his hand. And Bones with top pair, that's somewhat could be considered a blank on the turn. Let's see what Thor does here. He might. I've not seen Thor play before. He has 726 behind, so that matters. So he might even just jam. He's got almost a SPR of 1, so he essentially jams. He bets 80% of his chips. I'm sorry, I misread the value there, 375. He goes half of his stack, but he's committed at this point.
Still, if you've been playing at this table with Thor as long as these guys have this evening, you know that he's got to have something going here.
Yeah, Kevin Y trying to makes it a little less attractive to chase a draw when the person that you're against has very little behind mathematically, and Kevin Y knows that, and so Thor wins.
Patience pays off.
Always painful to fold hands like that, but correctly done by Kevin.
Shows you why these guys do what they do.
Yeah, Kevin, very strong player.
Life.
I've played with him quite a bit, always tough. He's also had some big tournament wins as well.
I've had many a tournament table with Uncle T, but I've only played against Bones in live stream.
Yeah, Bones, very tough player also. Let's see if we got a hand.
Thor folded ace 8 suited.
And in the chat, we have Dante saying, "Go Eagles."
It's okay, Dante. We all have to have hope. Hashtag no repay.
I know they're playing tonight. Dante, what's the score?
Who are they playing against?
I think we have a flush draw here.
We sure do.
Yeah,
A
Jwin.
suited connect.
Jwin has an open-ended straight flush draw.
Wow.
But top pair for Barber. He's about to get himself in a little bit of trouble. Jwin's not going to go quietly with a straight flush draw, open-ended straight flush draw. It's about as pretty of a flop for 6-5 suited as you can get. There's the raise. Barber's 7 middle pair, no kicker is shrinking.
He's going to call it.
Yeah, he may be a little tired of folding. He's been a little bit card dead.
Well, unbeknownst to him, he is currently ahead.
Yeah, actually has by far the most equity, but I'm sure Jwin's a lot more excited about his hand than Barber is. I imagine Jwin's going to go ahead and bet here. And
I think Jwin's just debating how much to bet, which he is. 150.
yeah, 150. I can't see Barber calling this. Oh, he's not convinced. He's going to come along.
Oh, and the trips for the win.
Wow. Jwin, after the fact, is not going to believe that he missed that many outs, but somehow does.
Barber just trying to decide what he can put in there to keep him in. Jwin says
Jwin insta-fold. Kind of lost the minimum with the huge draw there.
yeah, but he had the world of outs. I can't blame him at all for staying.
Yeah. And Barber made a good play there by realizing that his pair of sevens might be ahead of Jwin's range, and probably wouldn't have guessed he had an open-ended straight flush draw, but nonetheless, it pays off.
I feel the only way he was going to get Barber out of there was jamming all in there.
Yeah, a jam. Ooh, that would have been fun to watch. I'll put it that way.
It would have been fun to watch, but
But-
woof if you call it.
I'm not saying that, like,
I'm loving the fact
I'm
that
a
in the
metaphor,
live stream, there's a person named Pug Life.
1 fold, 2 fold, 3 fold,
Barber with the pocket fours. Thor with the suited connector.
6 fold,
My lucky number is 444, so I'm feeling a set for Barber here.
8 fold,
Multi-way, this would be a perfect time to hit it. Ace high flop with a 4 out there, that would be tremendous. Not quite.
Wow.
All hearts, all Broadways.
9 check,
Really Johnny Vibes. Best hand for Johnny Vibes, but it's bottom pair and a gutter.
Whoa.
Now he has trips.
7 check,
Johnny Vibe's going to put some money in there.
Don't see anyone else really continuing. TOP had he could make a case somehow of how to stick around, but nobody with hearts. The trip 10s is going to win a small one.
But I like the bet there, because anybody could have easily flopped the straight. Or the
This-
flush.
Yeah.
I definitely like the value there.
On to hand 35 here. We've got a straddle going. Or no, excuse me. We're on to
Got a-
PLO double board, so $10 from each player.
Got us a bum peasy, take it easy. If you're feeling sleazy, we'll get cheesy.
Carly, I'm going to bet 10 to 30.
I will allow it.
Let's see if we can get... Starting off the stream with a scoop is pretty rare, which is how we did it, to the tune of about $2,000.
I can't lie to you, though. These bomb pots can, in fact, take the low stack to the high real quick.
Absolutely. They can definitely turn a slow session, maybe a little card dead, to one of your best ever very quickly.
Johnny Vibes with the pocket queens there.
Thor's got nut flush draw on the bottom and 2 pair on the top.
1 fold, 2 fold,
As we continue to show the graphics here. All right, looks like these are the folks that are in. So looks like Thor still missed his nut flush. Oh, actually, Thor's got a ton of outs. Yeah, he's got straight outs and nut flush. 2 pair on the top. Oh, and Johnny Vibes turns a set of queens, which is the best hand so far on the bottom. For those who have not played a bomb pot in person, the top and bottom is designated in relation to the dealer. So the board closest to the dealer is the bottom, and the board furthest away is the top. Quads.
Wow.
Well, now Johnny Vibes is trying to figure out how much money can I get in this pot. He'll probably pot it because he has basically nothing on the top.
Imagine so. He knows he's chopping for sure.
Yeah, he's going to try to get him off of it. He'll go the full pot here.
I don't
And
think
Thor,
that his 2 pairs good. You stayed with
yeah, I don't think he can. I don't think Thor's going to be able to call this. Too many sets, too many. There's even potential straights, Jack 9,
he's thinking about it.
etc. Yeah, he lets it go. And that's a good fold by Thor. We know that he would have chopped, but if you make a habit of making calls like that, that will be unprofitable. I guarantee it.
Well, the one rule I can tell you about bomb pots that I've learned the hard way is you never want to just rely on one board unless you have the absolute.
Absolutely.
Your boy Johnny Vibes.
I didn't realize what
Yeah, nice hand for Johnny. He's been pretty patient tonight. He hasn't had any really big starting hands so far.
He's been a silent rage. He doesn't hit too hard, but when he does,
Did you get what you
Yeah, he definitely knows what he's doing at the poker table.
more like a primer over the industry and the function itself, or
See,
was there like a
Thor gets rid of Jack 3. Barber's got a suited King 9. Not the best hand in early position, but which this is the reason Uncle T has him dominated with King Queen.
but unbeknownst to him, Jalen has the exact same
Yeah, and he's going to go ahead and raise this up. He has position. Nobody else has shown a ton of strength.
He's probably going to get a domino effect here.
What kind of course is that?
The one person I think might call is Uncle T. But Barber's going to come along, which makes it more attractive for J-Win, given the pot odds he's getting. But he lets it go. I would have made the same fold.
Yeah, you're not suited. Weak kicker, understandable.
And everybody whiffs. This is always a little interesting as well. Prestige actually ahead with ace high.
Barber seeing if he can get that backdoor flush.
Queen for Uncle T. Uncle T now with the commanding lead. We do have the ace of hearts for the other Prestige, so he can make the nuts on the river. The nuts being the best hand possible in poker.
I feel like that's one of those, let's just let the listeners.
That, as I clarified. Yeah.
Definitely going to get a call from TOP.
Yeah, Prestige is going to keep telling the story. And I mean, he has a decent amount of equity, but he misses. Uncle T's got to feel like that's mostly a blank unless he just got really unlucky and got 3 outed by a 7 somehow. Yeah, he just checks us back.
That was a good check.
Yeah, he's going to take the $1,400 with one pair, and I think that would, most people would agree that was the right play.
Thank you.
Yeah, the thing about those situations is you always give your opponent more value than they probably have.
2 right now or 3?
So it was a good check on him.
Yeah, any kind of raise there, he's not really getting called by a worse hand. Player stacks, so Chris W is actually in the lead. He's up 1K, Barber up 500. Uncle T had a bit of a rough run, but has come all the way back into the black or green, as the graphic suggests, up 300. Looks like Kevin Y, he's down the most, but as I say that, he gets an ace-queen suited. Really no fault of his own. He's had kind of just a lot of hands that get out-flopped or nothing to work with pre-flop, so we'll see what he can do here.
Oh, TOP calls with the 5-4. Spinning the button.
Kevin Y finally with the best hand, top pair, second best kicker. Vibes does have a pair of 9s, middle pair, weak kicker. 4-5 with not a lot working on this board. We need runner to make us straight.
If you're including online too. Wanted to play golf real quick. The whole week off was
Easy fold.
Eight call heads up.
probably closer to like 150.
Let's see here. Jack of clubs on the turn.
Nothing for fives.
Yeah, like the games I want to play, they're less frequent.
Semi-blank. It brings in some 2-pair possibilities. Kevin Weiss going to play it carefully here.
Just taking advantage of the opportunity. Like early this year,
Still ahead the whole way.
every game was
Eight
so
check.
good.
I feel like you're saying early this year.
Yeah, Kevin's, I bet he's going to go for some thin-ish value here, maybe
I can't imagine.
175, 200.
Can't imagine if he bets anything.
6 at 175.
Yeah, he bets 200. Johnny Vibes, yeah, is going to let it go.
You know, if you're in the Dallas area, we've been talking about food all night. Las Colinas has a fantastic Texas Roadhouse, phenomenal restaurant and bar. Not to be outspoken, Texas Roadhouse.
I have not had a chance to play at the Las Colinas location just yet, but definitely plan to next time I'm up in that area.
I've done the live stream over in Dallas. Phenomenal place. I haven't had the honor yet. I'm going to be doing that. Because all of you listeners are going to enjoy
6 fold. 7 call.
All right, we've got a lot of
9
marginal holdings so far yet. 10 Jack being the most attractive so far for Johnny Vibes. Looks like we're probably going to get a multi-way pot here unless Chris has Jack 6 suited. Does flop a pair of sixes.
excuse me, TOP.
1 check. 2 check.
Yeah, TOP with the better kicker.
Bet 35. 8 fold.
Confidently bets it. And probably confidently going to win here. Can't see anyone else being too interested in putting more money in this pot unless Chris is going to come along for one more street. But,
Oh, good.
that changes things. Chris now way in the lead.
7 check.
Way the cookie crumbles.
No bitch, you can grab a ticket, call me.
Now, still with Jack 6 is actually Jacks with Jackson. I'm sorry, Jackson 7s with the queen kicker. The 6 was counterfeited. So that's a small one there.
That's how it happens sometimes, folks. Sometimes you get the nuts, and then the river says, "Not today, Satan." Charlie dishing out some devilish hands today.
Yeah, we've had some good ones. We've had a lot of big pairs. We've had a lot of ace kings, ace queens,
5 10.
suited broadways. We haven't had a small pair flop a set against a big pair,
Jalen about to put
which is
in a
always
race.
interesting. But yeah, J-Win suited broadways, bones, lets King Jack go in early position, which I support. Suited connector for Johnny Vibes.
If my good luck charm is in, I'm going to win this.
Uncle T was in the straddle, so he's just going to come along with his queen 6 suited.
2 check. 3 check. 8 check.
Nobody with a king, but J-Win does have a flush draw. Oh, excuse me. J-Win. Yeah. No, nobody with a 4. Yeah, J-Win still just with a flush draw and
If my good luck charm is in, I'm winning.
wins a small one there.
Thank you.
Jalen being a gentleman and a scholar, tipping the dealer. Take care of your dealers, folks. They take care of you.
Steal you out? Am I allowed to do that? I'm gonna muck your hand. Live hand. No, I think it's just sitting out there. Oh,
That's bones, yeah.
Okay.
That's not gonna
Let's go.
Scan, you said?
Yeah.
We are told as we wait for this next hand by our producer Mel that she and Carly have a bit of a side action on, was it pocket sevens?
Pocket sevens.
Pocket sevens versus pocket fives. So somebody has to buy lunch for the other if they show up.
I'm fairly positive, and don't quote me on this, there's a Texas Roadhouse across the street.
They serve great sandwiches.
Great sandwiches. Lunch special for days. You know what, Producer Mel? Let me hop in there with 7-4 because Jaywin got the best hand.
You've been talking about 7-4, so let's see if he wins. This is a sign.
If he wins, Producer Mel's buying me lunch at Texas Roadhouse. Uh-oh.
Does have a pair,
Got the
but
7.
not
Thor, don't ruin
not
it
the
for
best
me.
pair. Thor with a pair of
Thor
jacks.
smells that shark victory.
Ton of ace-high flops are people flopping middle pair. That's the best hand. Happen to stick with it, which is
Jaywin believing in his 7-4. I don't see Thor not putting. Yep, there's the race. Buck 25.
Jaywin quick fold.
Well, thank goodness Mel didn't hear me say that.
And there's hand 40.
We haven't seen too many straddles today.
Yeah, a few. I'm a little surprised that. Yeah, there's one.
There we go.
I knew Bones would be down for it. Bones, I think this would be a. He is known to play some high stakes games, so not afraid to straddle.
Well, based on this logic, I haven't won $1 million.
No.
Prestige with the ace
We're up in
queen.
the northeast. Okay, first Scotty.
Ace queen offsuit, 7 deuce for Chris.
Nothing to really compete against that.
Yeah, it looks like he's gonna have a hard time getting action.
Although I was
Jaywin
Unless-
understandably folding.
Barrel's
Don't
not
see
live.
Bones' cards yet, and he wins. Yeah. Queen 9 wins $17.
Win is a win.
Yeah, Ace Queen is kind of on the cusp of you're not dying for action, but you know, if you win a small one, it's kind of let's move. Let's go ahead and move on.
A lot of guys. I mean, he has really good.
Live.
You know, you can always just put it in the background and everybody just like a little two-step.
Yeah, so he was more of an attitude guy, kind of like esteemed. Kind of a
QB with the 9-5.
Eight raise, 35, 9 folds.
So we have a comment in the chat. Garrett, are you still having trouble hearing one or both commentators? Just let us know in the chat, and anyone else.
It's probably me.
And if it's me, then we're not going to know the answer, but we'll figure it out here. Jaywin's got a pair of 6s.
It might be me, Garrett. I apologize. I need to keep this microphone up to my mouth.
Suited Broadway for Kevin.
And then I'll come back and tell you when I go. But as of now, those are my
Suited Broadway hitting.
6
The ace.
1 check.
Yeah, top pair. Solid kicker with the jack.
But Barber's still in there with a straight possibility.
Johnny Vibes has a gutter to a 10
He's also got that.
and the Jack of Hearts, so he has the only flush draw of his compadres here. Barber also with a gutter.
Mark says that we sound the exact same. Understandably so.
Thanks, Mark. Yeah, let us know if you have any trouble hearing either one of us. Try to make adjustments.
I blame communism. That ace still holding up. Good check there.
Thanks, Garrett. In the chat. So, yeah, pair of aces still good.
Johnny Vibes.
Facing a bet, looks like it's about 3/4 pot. Kevin, no chance he folds this.
The only question is, will he be scared of the flush?
He's probably concerned about it, but the bet is
It's reasonable.
relative to this game. It's not a huge bet. I just can't see him letting this go.
I'm all about comfort. I'm wearing Crocs right now. My wife asked me what I want.
All right, let's see how this works. Mark, can you hear me now?
Kevin makes the call correctly.
And a
wins
good call.
about 500 bucks. Nice spot for Kevin on a night where he's been a little card dead. But speaking of a night, we are not even quite halfway done, so a lot more action to come. We've already seen a lot of very interesting hands, so at this point we're at hand 43. Typically we'll get to around 100, so hang with us here and we'll have I'm sure a cooler or two or a big bluff. It should be pretty exciting.
Thank you, Mark. I now know where to hold my mic. See, that's the thing I like about the Texas Card House streamers is they help us more than we help them.
Do appreciate it. Speaking of the listeners, please like and subscribe. I think many of you may already have had, but helps with the YouTube algorithm. Lets people know about our stream, about the Card House. So appreciate that. If you are listening, just click the button real quick, and we would appreciate it.
Barber calling with the pocket ducks.
We've got a couple little pairs. Maybe somebody. Oh, we got three.
Someone's getting
Pairs.
tricks tonight.
Yeah, let's see a set here. It feels like destiny.
That was the most epic thing I think I've ever heard in my life. You know what? I'm giving it to Barber. I think he's going to get the two.
You think Barber gets the deuce?
I'm getting it on the turn. Oh, that's juicy.
No. Nobody with a king either, so Bones's pocket nines are still good.
But I bet he doesn't know that. We're getting a round of checks.
Yeah, once it checks around, he probably figures it's good depending on the turn, and that's a terrible turn for everyone.
Woof.
Nobody liked the ace. Bones thought when it just trying to get into his head a little bit. My nines are probably good if it checks through, but now
if I'm Barber, I'm
the
raising
ace.
there. Good
and
raise
Uncle
for Uncle
T's
T.
gonna just take the lead here and say, "Hey, I have an ace," and really nobody else with much to. I think this might go ahead and win it.
That was definitely a who raises first win scenario.
Great bet by Uncle T there. He just said, "Hey, look, I'm going to be the guy that says I have the ace, and I win $240 in my pocket."
You, sir, deserve a Texas Roadhouse ribeye.
So looking at VPIPs, this just looks how active the players are in terms of voluntary putting money in the pot. It does not include the blinds. So looks like TOP is at the top, 51%, quite high. J-Win 38, Uncle T 33, Barber 31. Actually, no one really super off the board. Thor joined us a little late. He's at the bottom, so I'm sure he'll catch up as he catches a few cards here.
He also really hasn't been getting many hands.
Yeah, he's
Barber with
oh,
the snowman.
and Barber now with the holiday snowman.
Ho, ho, ho.
No,
Oh,
Kevin Y. He's got the suited ace jack again. That's the last hand he had to play, and he's not gonna play it slow. He's out of position, so he's gonna 3-bet. And if you're Barber here, you just you're contemplating a fold or a call. You really can't re-raise.
He's definitely calling. At that point, you're not pot committed, but mentally you are.
And a huge flop for Kevin Y. Top pair with the nut flush draw. Nothing for Barber. This is probably Kevin. He's going to go ahead and c-bet, and this is going to be the end of the hand. I can't see.
For sure.
Barber's not going to be able to continue here. Yeah.
I feel like if I were Kevin in that situation, I'd have checked. But I
Could
guess
be, yeah, it could be a consideration for sure.
But again, as I've said numerous times tonight, a win's a win. Sometimes you just got to take it.
Hey, it was, yeah, a nice hand. 3-bet pot, wins it on the flop, no sweat.
And worst case scenario, you know, he's got pocket kings, he calls, gets a little more equity. It was a good bet. I understand.
How many?
75. That's it?
Well, you know, maybe if some people acted a little faster and didn't whisper behind their mask, like
Due for a big face card pair. It's been a few hands. We haven't had aces, kings, queens, jacks.
six fold.
It's very paradoxical.
TOP with the suited connector.
That's
Jeremy never
Real suited.
I like that. That's
Just kidding.
Whereas if you're interrogating someone,
But you know you do that. Right?
7 raised to
Take your
62.
mask down and call.
See, I always thought suited connectors were like connect.
9 fold.
It suited broadways would be ace 10 suited. Suited connectors have to be in sequence, so like 6-5, 7-8, and suited one gappers would be like 7-9.
And see, I knew all that, guys. I just wanted y'all to learn through the stream.
Checking, check.
Johnny Vibe's still alive with the straight possibility,
7 check.
but no 6K.
I missed everything. I only have a queen.
Thank you.
Looks like SH just joined, and J Riv, thanks for joining us.
Hello, friends. Let us know if you like Texas Roadhouse or Cheddar's.
Are they drinking water?
It's a good comparison, actually.
But he's also.
Actually, I'm still interested, listeners.
has longer arms.
What is your favorite hand and why?
You never know.
Let's get some action going in this.
Jeremy might be a faster dealer, but I'm a happier dealer.
Kevin looking like he's the aggressor
Like
in this
two
tournament,
folds,
as it just showed
Jeremy's
the
gonna be like,
aggressive
"Yeah, bitch."
frequency.
3 raised, 35, 4 folds, 5 folds. He's like watching this right now. In 15 minutes, he's gonna be like, "Did you call me?"
There's a pair for Kevin. He's had a few playable hands here in the last 5 or 6. Maybe he can hit a set here. We haven't seen really a low pair hit a set against a big hand, so Barber's got the suited robbery.
4 players.
Uncle T's spades unfortunately are dominated, but he has a
Dude, if you
suited one gapper.
Looks like the
And Barber hits top pair. Uncle T's got some equity with a gutter to a 9. Excuse me, he's got a pair of 8s.
I just go for defense.
I can't lie, I just got the suited robbery. I just got it. I love it.
Heads up.
Jack 4 still ahead. He's going to try to rob this pot.
But you can't out-rob the Robbie.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Ooh. Uncle T, that is basically a blank for the most part for both players. I imagine this is going to go check. Oh, excuse me. It's going to go bet, and Barber's going to have to. He does make the call with. That's a very tough call there. I mean, he's got a jack and basically no kicker. It's playing the board. Jacks and sevens with an 8 kicker.
He was definitely confident in his jack, though, because he snap called that real quick.
He did call very quick there, so kudos to him.
It's just insane. Like, I just don't even know how. Sorry, Mel's hit her pocket pair 7 times. I haven't hit it at all. I need everyone to root for pocket 5. Trying to get
On to hand 47.
Helping me will this. Oh, is it a bomb pot?
Next thing.
So folks in the chat, let us know where you're listening from. It would be
Next hand
fun. We'll give you a little shout out from where you're watching from.
Give you a little love from the Texas Card House chat.
Uncle T with suited broadways, gonna raise it up. Kevin, suited connector, calls. Thor, suited connector, calls. Barber with suited garbage.
That's always a tough one, though.
But
with the way this flop
yeah,
is going tonight.
Sometimes there you just throw it in and flick it in if you're able to close the action, but not typically very profitable. And huge flop for Uncle T. Got 2 overs and a flush draw.
Thor up there with the top pair.
Little something for everyone.
This is always a scary hand to have. Or a scary flop, excuse me, with those hands. Because everybody's got a little bit of something.
We got a call out of the locale. So Garrett's listening from Dallas. Thanks for joining. And this one's a bit funny. And Casta Smash, I hope I'm not mispronouncing, is right here at TCH Table 4.
You know what? For the remainder of this stream, 7-4 is called the Casta Smash. Everybody getting a little bit in there.
Yeah, we got a bet of 200 from Thor. He's got top pair. Uncle T just has. Oh, he jams. He's not. He's like, we're gonna play for all of it. Thor. He just has to hate this spot. There's too many hands that beat him. The jam does look like a draw, but Uncle T's draw is better than most, and he calls.
Oh,
He's
good
got
call.
6% equity.
He just doesn't want to see a heart or a 10.
Yeah, this is going to be a pretty big flip. Yeah.
Here we go. What's Carly going to do? Oh, they're going 2 times. He's live there.
Wow,
He's
top pair. 9-10 good on the first board. Uncle T drawing very thin.
Oh, he
and
got it.
Gets there on the second, so we're going to chop this one up.
And
Nicely played by both players. Thor really showing some guts there to hang in with top pair. I think he may have sniffed out the big overbet by Uncle T as a draw, so knew that his top pair was probably good at that point. But candidly, I would have played it the same way Uncle T did. And Thor,
but you
very gutsy to hang in.
You can't blame Thor for wanting to go twice on that one. Solely because you got top pair, but there's so many outs for everything.
I didn't see who suggested twice, but I think for both players, twice was probably a good variance reducer. For those listening, running it twice is just you run out the remainder of the board wherever you're at. It could be pre-flop, it could be post-flop, it could be on the turn. And each hand plays as its own, so it's a good way to reduce variance if you're playing a particularly large pot. It does not advantage one player or the other.
I think the
because
most
the equities stay the same.
I think the most I've ever seen it done, and this was because I had some adult beverages, 3 times. What's the most you've ever seen it run?
3 is the most, and actually, ironically, I like 3. I like 1 or 3.
Really? What do you do if they hit you with the your call? Are you going once? I mean, I guess it depends on what you have in your hand.
It depends
Oh,
slightly
J-Win.
on what I have, but if they ask me, I'll say whatever you want to do.
That's typically
And if
what
they
I
say
do.
if it's up to you, I say I like 3.
I like that. But J-Win with the pocket aces, king 10, not a terrible hand to play, just not the flop you want to see.
Yeah, I've seen so many pretty bomb plot pre-flop hands, but if you don't connect with the board, you're not a lot to be. Thor has the nut flush draw on the bottom board.
But Bones is going to
About
stay in
see a
there.
Turn here.
He's got the flush as well. That's looking a bit prettier for J-Win.
Kevin, actually. Yeah, Kevin's got a set of 3s and 10-8, so he has an open-ended straight flush draw, actually, and a straight already, and a set of 3s. That's about as much as you can have on a board. Thor
not going anywhere, though.
Yeah, basically the hand is settled. Nobody's going to improve to beat the other on their respective boards, but they could get the other one to fold.
That's all you can really do at this point.
Yeah, Kevin, at this point, probably a little wary of, yeah, and that's an interesting river card for Kevin. I mean, he boats up, but he loses to Queen 9, Queen Jack.
He boated up on a hand he already had.
Yeah, it almost devalued a little bit.
But the thing is can he get Thor out of there? They're both equal at 1.2K.
Yeah, neither has really honestly, that strong of a hand. I mean, Kevin Wise, I would rather have Kevin Wise boat. I think it probably just goes check. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go. So they'll chop it up and make a little profit.
I feel that was one of those hands where whoever raised was going to win it.
Circling back just a little bit, so Mark Wee says he runs it once for Hold'em. He likes Max Payne. I understand that.
Woof.
Nothing wrong with that.
I think one time in my life, I'm going to run it 15 times. There's not enough cards, but I just want to see if it could happen. Listeners, if I was playing against you and I went 15 times, would you say yes? Reina with the angry face. I think we got a mixed reaction from Reina.
I don't know if she likes 15 times, or maybe she's on a delay. We got King Jack for J-Win, Bones with 10 Queen that he lets go.
I feel Thor's going to raise this one.
He's got a suited connector in position on the button.
Barbara letting it go.
Chris, Ace Jack.
Gonna call.
Very minimally exciting when you're in the small blind. You're going to play it out of position. There's a lot of hands that dominate you that could have been raised ahead of you. So let's see if J-Win squeezes again here. Last time he picked the wrong time, just out of pure unfortunate timing, but got an all small flop here that misses everyone. So ace high is still good. Thor's going to keep firing. I think this might work. I don't know if Chris is going to want to continue with ace high. Jay Wynn certainly does not love King Jack, so this is going to win for Thor. Nice way to show aggression in position and win with actually the worst of 3 hands.
Brian, welcome to the chat. Cadus smash, understandable. I like that I got the 1 and the 5 in there. And Reina, if we play against each other, I demand to go 11 now.
Larry, it says it's kind of rude to the other players as they're playing by the hour. Well, the 15 part is a joke, but I think 2 or 3 is reasonably quick enough, especially if you didn't tank forever. And
oh, Bones
here we
with the
go.
pocket aces. You called this one.
We got the bullets for Bones. And Thor, this has been the trendy hand, ace-5 suited. People love to play.
Oh, but we got
another
ace-5
ace-5
suited.
So no set for Bones. We know that. This will be interesting. Some type of deuce 3 or 4 flop. Some kind of spades.
TOP calling because it's the king suited, most
This will be
likely.
interesting. Unfortunately for TOP, if he flops clubs, he's going to be very disappointed. And looks like Bones wants to whittle this down, and I think this is probably just going to win it right now. Nobody's putting 500 in with ace-5 suited unless they decide to make a big move. And that's...
He's thinking about it.
Yeah. 325. Wow. Barber's, he's been a little sticky of late.
I predict an ace. There's only 1 left.
There's 0 left, actually. There was.
you're right. You're right.
Yeah, we
You're
had
right.
the 1 ace fold out, but
I was so deceived by the...
if the 7 had been a spade, this would have been probably nuclear. But Barber's kind of flop squadouche, and I just can't see him continuing here unless he decides to get tricky. I would imagine he knows he has to raise. He's gonna, yeah. So he flat calls, and this is not because he thinks he's ahead. This is because he thinks he's going to take it away later. That's what some experienced players do. So at this point, Bones, with the call twice now, might be worried about being behind king, queen, 2 pair, maybe even a set.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure someone folded king, queen.
Might have to go back and look at that. But
Listeners, let me know.
so Bones keeps firing. Yeah, and Barber lets it go. Yeah, it just...
Thank you.
Nice little $887 there.
Very nice pot for Bones. Great to get paid off and not have to sweat a showdown with aces. No doubt about that.
The pre-flop raises tonight aren't very aggressive, but I'm enjoying the stream regardless. The way they're playing tonight, this has probably been one of the most entertaining streams I've watched in some time.
Yeah, we've got a lot of good players that know what they're doing pre and post flop. The post flop play has been fun to watch. King 4 clubs folded.
Kevin with the bullets.
Back-to-back aces. So Kevin has been a little quiet, not of his own doing. He's just had ace queen a couple, or ace jack suited a couple times. Not a whole lot more. See if he can get paid the way Bones did there. So far, only Chris W. with something to fight with ace 10, but he's in position, so he's going to play it.
I don't see TOP staying in there. He's thinking about it.
So back to Kevin Y. So we got 300 in the pot. TOP had raised to 85. Kevin's trying to decide how much to raise to thin the field but still get max value. And he settles on 275, it appears. 375, I apologize. Wow, and TOP insta calls.
Wow.
With confidence. So we're going to play a $1,000 pot with aces versus 5-3 suited. And if Kevin could see TOP's hand, he would.
Oh!
There's a set.
Oh!
We needed one more club to get fireworks, but.
Well, there's still the backdoor clubs, and a nice one.
There is backdoor clubs. It'd be interesting to see if Kevin checks this because he's so far ahead. He knows he blocks all the other hands that could be. Yep, and there he checks. When you flop a set with a big pair like this, most of the time, your opponent is really not going to have that strong. Give us a club on the turn just for some fun. Ooh,
How about a three?
How about a pair three now?
What would make this really interesting is I imagine Kevin's going to raise here.
Kevin has to bet now. He has to protect against spade draws or some type of other Broadway straight draw.
Just for the drama, I would love to see a 5.
Yeah, I feel like this is going to go. He goes really small.
TOP not going anywhere.
And
aces
breaks
hold
out. We know it, but if Kevin checked here, he would get paid because TOP would definitely bomb the river.
My dear sweet girlfriend can tell you.
I bet Kevin bets somewhere around 600-700 maybe.
Oh, for sure.
Well, actually, TOP looks his stack is 890. He might just jam.
I can't. You have to. That's the only thing you can do to try and scare what you don't know away.
Well, he wants a call, but if he bets less, it looks too please call.
True.
This is the way to make it look like you might be bluffing.
Kevin going all in. I can't imagine TOP is going to stay.
No, it would be the most ridiculous hero call, and definitely incorrect in this particular situation.
And understandable to fold. But you know what? Give TOP credit for heart. That was.
He definitely had a heart, and in fact, he there was some turns and rivers there that could have cost him a lot more money.
Sure. No, he.
A 5, a club, another 3. He loses the rest of his stack.
Carly, you are dealing out some monsters tonight.
Thank you. Live 10.
Yeah, we've had aces 2 hands in a row. Let's see if we can make it 3. That would be a record for me.
I'm wanting to see aces against queens against kings.
I have not had that as a commentator, but you know, longer you do it, the more likely it is.
TOP says, let's see what happens with this 6-4 suited.
Got a lot of
hot
garbage for everyone.
Bones is going to call here.
Bones has a suited ace, and so he's going to play that. But
Kevin says, screw it. Let's see what happens.
He's playing the robbery.
Woof.
And he does hit, but he's going to be behind Bones' top pair. No kicker. Bones now with a gut shot to go with his top pair.
Kevin probably praying for a 4, but unbeknownst to him, that would give Bones a straight.
7 bet 1, 2,
Another prestige. Bones is no chance he's folding aces, or a pair of aces, I should say. Kevin's going to fold the weak jack, which certainly was the right play there.
Someone is coming to push me out.
So Bones hangs in, had the best hand the whole way, showdown value, and wins $337 pot.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bang it.
Little bricks build buildings.
Got that thing sorted out for 5.
I didn't actually.
TOP with the top RFI.
Basically locked out.
You lock that in now.
I can log into
The Poker Robot, how are you doing?
but I can't log
Also, Direwolf Blades, what's up?
Thanks for joining. On to hand 53.
You'll see that.
Vibes with the ace 10. I don't see him going.
He's had a lot of those kind of medium strength aces, it seems.
It is 35, 9, 4, 1,
Nothing super strong.
4, 5, 4.
Looks like
Nothing
Prestige. Prestige is going to defend the straddle with deuce 4, and I don't blame him, but maybe he can pink a flop here. And does not, gets way out flopped, and I imagine this goes check, bet, fold. And it does before I can finish saying it. On to the next one.
You know, for as much as I play poker, I can't shuffle for crap.
I don't enjoy shuffling. I kind of know how, but what I can tell you is people that know that I play poker will invite me to home games, and my first question is it player deal?
Oh,
And if the answer is yes, I am not going.
I don't blame you.
That is one of the most brutal things. They're always distracted. They never know what they're doing.
Thor with the ace 9 of hearts against Uncle T's ace 4 of spades.
So for that reason, come to Texas Card House Austin, because we have professional dealers, and you don't have to worry about your friend that his girlfriend just texted him and he forgot to deal. You can just play here with.
Or invite us to your house. We'll play, and we will probably not shuffle. Oh, Uncle T with the flush draw.
8 check. 9 check.
Got
Unbeknownst to him, Johnny Vibes with the best hand.
3 bet.
But Uncle T says not today. Defending that flush possibility. Johnny believes.
9 fold. Heads up.
No flush. But a 4.
3 check.
Yeah, they both have showdown. Johnny Vibes gonna
Wow.
find out he got rivered. That's
Wow.
always kind of brutal in one of those kind of small, medium pots where
Thank you. All right.
you find out the bad news on the river there.
Maui coming in.
Carly
Thank
getting ready to head out. Mad props to her. She was fantastic.
you, guys.
Yeah, we'll have a dealer change here. I will be taking a quick break, and I'll be back with y'all. But Rhino,
I will be here talking about
Hang with y'all.
nuclear dynamics and things of that nature. Well, fans, if you're listening, I learned what a suited connector was tonight, and I feel very educated. And Maui coming into the position of a dealer, getting ready to dish out a delicious bowl of bomb pots with a side of 10 in. Someone tell Maui I love him. Fans in the stream, tell us what your hand of the night has been so far.
I'm supposed to. I'm like way behind. So now
Here come the bomb pot hands.
putting on a clinic today though. Nothing like a bomb pot can't fix.
What a time to have the Robbies. Johnny Vibes making the $10 call. He's ahead with the king on the bottom board. But Chris not going anywhere with the pocket sevens. Jaywin staying in there for that king. But he's also got the straight possibility on top, which I believe he missed. See, that's the thing about these hands, listeners, is we know what they have, but they don't. Kevin's still in there hoping that his heart flush pops up. He's got 2 pair, which isn't looking good against TOP's ace 3. Hoping for another 9 there. TOP getting out of there. Which now broadens the horizon for other people. Chris defending his pocket. He's out. Okay, we're down to Johnny Vibes and Kevin Y. So this is the interesting thing about hands like this, listeners, is in those instances, yeah, they checked it down because they knew they only had 1 win. But the scary part about that is if you jam all in, you want to make your opponent feel as though, you know, on that bottom board, someone had king 6 or a6, which would have dominated there. But hey, they'll take a $70 win each. Prestige right now with the top VPIP. Uncle T, 20% lower than him, but still being aggressive, tying with Jaywin. And Barber, Chris, and Kevin, everybody's pretty much in there outside of TOP. That's fair, listeners. Let me put it to you this way, Mark. When I meant jam, I mostly meant pot it. Bones with suited connector against King Jack against pocket 6s. Okay, we're getting juicy here. Johnny Vibes looking alive with the straight possibility in the backest of door flushes. Only one with a spade here. Thor still alive there, but barely hanging on. Jaywin with the amazing chip thingy. Oh, but here we go. giving Bones a straight. Thor checking. Bones is definitely putting in some money there. $100. Making him think that he doesn't have anything and he's only betting just to get it, which is a smart call on his part. Johnny Vibes wondering if his aces and jack king kicker is good. He's going to see if it does. He raises. Bones has a difficult decision here. Because in his mind, Johnny Vibes has the higher straight. And this is always a scary call here. He's definitely thinking about it. He could also have easily an ace anything. Thinking long and hard. Understandably so. He makes the call. And I bet he is relieved to see that. Raina from Forney, Texas. Come on down to Austin. Play at Texas Card House Austin. We'll chop 15 ways. Maui dealing out them delicious looking cards. Uncle T getting rid of that King 8. J-Win getting rid of that 10-2. Not many good hands. Oh, Prestige with the Ace Queen. Definitely going to give a raise there. Thor contemplating his pocket sevens. Going to give it the old collegiate call. Barber preaching to everybody that life's better buzzed. Phenomenal sweater. Maybe not such a phenomenal hand. He folds it. Queen 9-6 giving TOP the top pair. I can't imagine Thor's going to stay. He proved me wrong. I apologize.
So unconscious.
No, I think it was because you guys too many money with something.
Thor hoping for a club or a 7. Does not come. Thor trying to get him out of there. TOP definitely calling with the queen pair. Wins 377. Looks like Kevin Y and actually we got top 4 pretty close in the aggression frequency, the AFQ.
I don't know how to tell you this. I don't give a fuck what you know. Please sit down. It's your turn. Apparently he's like that. Lodged too.
Uncle T seeing what kind of magic he can get with the 10-8. Johnny Vibes calling with the ace-9.
How did I feel? Feel good? Yeah, I felt lucky. Felt very lucky. Wow. To win them, you're gonna need a decent amount of luck to get through. Two major suck outs. Yeah. Well, that's good, man. Good for you. So you gonna continue doing it? I've been playing. Have you?
Uncle T sliding in there with the pair of 10s, but Johnny Vibe still alive in there, hoping for an ace. Chris and Uncle T chopping it up with that 8 for the straight. $18 win. Let's go. All right, streamers, give some action here in the chat here. Let me know what your favorite item from Texas Roadhouse is. I think mine has to be chicken tenders with loaded fries.
Bring your money.
Maui handing out a king jack, which Bones will most likely fold.
It's like a pillow plug, man.
TOP with the jack 7 suited. Gonna see what magic he can get.
This wants to do ball pots.
Johnny Vibes calling it up with the ace 10.
Excuse me. Ball pots. Do 7. I mean, he likes
Jaywin, who hasn't played in quite a few hands, decides to get some action. Flop.
Trips now for prestige. Previously affectionately nicknamed TOP.
In my heart.
Pink shirt is top.
But Jaywin going nowhere.
And unfortunately for him, it's a king, but it might save him because he has showdown value.
I just don't see TOP going anywhere, no matter what.
Yeah,
Jaywin puts
TOP
in.
is going nowhere with trips. Yeah, so Jaywin wants to take his showdown. He's just going to call this. And that'll be the end of it.
Wolf with the Vegeta pink shirt.
Definitely can't fold once you hit top pair on the river there.
Not at all. Uncle T looks like he likes going to Showdown Town with 44%.
Sure has. He's shown down that's a pretty high percent of hands. He's had some big ones to play with.
So if I got 42 already?
Let's see what kind of action.
60.
Let's see what kind of action Maui can hand out.
Maui, great dealer here. I guess as I took a quick break, relieved Carly.
He did indeed. And now I will correctly state that TOP has the suited connectors.
Do have a suited connector for top for TOP.
But Uncle T not going anywhere with the Queen 7 suited. Everybody's live pre-flop.
The Queen 7 is the
Kevin,
computer hand because it is
They're gonna
the
bless us.
exact middle of the range of pre-flop hands you could have in poker. Suited would put it a little above that, but unsuited
Oh,
is
shit, we
the
got a third
computer
guy?
hand.
Forget him.
Hey Trace, thanks for joining
Not worried
us.
about him.
And the computer hand now makes 2 pair for Uncle T. Lots of spades though. Nobody with a spade. But a full house now for Uncle T. And nobody to pay him off, unfortunately.
I can't imagine anybody's going to stay in this one.
Yeah, this is one where you win a small one with a monster, but it's about all you can squeeze out of the other hand. And Uncle T spikes his full house on the table. Not totally thrilled with his $102 win. Jay win, going for
That
the
was
fist
straight
bump.
from hell. What?
Barber rocking a phenomenal sweater, as I mentioned earlier. Life's better buzzed.
Jump in there.
We never figured out what his hat meant.
Oh, don't worry, I'm on it.
K-Dog thing. I feel like
Actually, as I walked back in toward the studio, I saw Barber and spoke with him briefly.
Was he?
So he's going to be exiting the game here in a bit.
Battery
How
pack.
do you do?
Wished everybody on the stream a happy holidays.
Kevin Y with the pocket jiggities.
A nice suited Broadway for Prestige.
Oh my goodness, these hands.
Yeah, we've got a lot going on here. We could have a very interesting flop for some action here. Oh goodness.
Oh, my.
And Barber.
Can I prerequisite this? I can't talk.
Prerequisite.
Thank you. By saying this is already hand of the night.
It's got a lot of potential, depending on the flop here. Everybody else getting out of the way.
Would love to see an all-in from Kevin Y here just to see how that changes things.
He's got 465 to call. It's 2.3K behind. Wow, he lets it go.
Wow.
He's worried about a bigger pair. And I respect that. We know that
Said what's 400?
he had the biggest pair, but too many times he only has 18% equity against a bigger pair. I'm sure that's what he was thinking.
And Thor already has one of his outs.
Yeah, there's a lot of money already in this pot. I think Thor might. Ace-Jack suited, though. Pretty speculative.
Right now, Thor's just debating if he wants to call or raise.
Yeah, it's a tough call because it's for a third of his stack, or even a little more. I think he's gonna. He does make the call. This could be very interesting, especially if it bricks out with all low, with all small cards.
I would love to.
They're gonna have a tough time. 'Cause both of these hands look like
We got a heart.
big pairs, and there's ace top. So top for Barber. Barber is internally fist pumping, and Thor has to decide what he's. Barber's gonna protect his hand against clubs.
And see, while those pocket jiggities sound great in theory, this is why you typically fold that good fold earlier, because
Yeah, Kevin saved himself some money. Thor's asking for a count because of the pot odds that he's getting. He has, this is a stretch, but he has backdoor hearts. He does have ace high. He might think that he could have some kind of, maybe his ace is good if he hits it.
he might be putting him on a 4 or 2.
I imagine, yeah, as it runs out, it'd be very tough to have a 4 or deuce in this spot. I think he's probably going to let this go, and Barber's going to win a
have to.
a good one. Yeah, this is
But good on him for putting in that valiant effort.
he's thinking about it.
Crazy runners, but he lets it go.
Good fold by Thor. And huge win for Barber. A very nice pot for Barber. About a $1,200 pot.
Look at all those.
And now I know why Barber said Happy Holidays. He won $1,000 right before he called it a night.
A little round around before we got the stream here.
I haven't seen one of those.
Bought in for 100, walked out with it. Like you guys get up
Pocket sixes.
Johnny Vibes with A6 suited.
Huh? What was it? Ace King. Yeah.
Uncle T with my favorite non-premium hand, and he has it on the button.
Get out.
Unfortunately, his spades are dominated, but looks like there's a very unlikely flush since everybody has spades. So I'm looking for a red flop here. Not quite, but no spades as predicted, and
Uncle T with the
5 says top pair.
If you want to put that in,
How bad was
That is
that?
2 pair now for Vibes.
I would have been upset. I wouldn't have been that
Oh,
Yeah, I think this is going to go bet fold. Would be
that's
my
the only hand.
humble prediction.
Yeah, I like Sapwood Ultra.
And my humble prediction is
I
incorrect.
wanted to take a stab somewhere.
The real question is, can they convince the other who has clubs?
Johnny Vibes can't be worried about.
My hands are
The thing that I like that Johnny did there is he was aware of the front door clubs coming in. So one mistake that a lot of people make is they'll check there with their 2 pair and then face a bigger bet than they would like to see on the river. So I don't know what Johnny would say, but it's a little bit of a blocker bet of if you get raised there, you're most likely beat now by the flush. But you didn't have to put 600 in to find out.
for the bad juju from C3.
So nice play by Johnny. Uncle T hung in there. He had some equity. Now we got pocket 9s versus suited connector from Johnny Vibes.
Yes.
Johnny Vibes heating up here. He was a little card dead to start off, but he's definitely in the action now.
Well, I want to see you in this hand.
And Uncle T with the Cowboys. Gonna raise it up.
$90, huh? I call.
TOP has 9s, gonna try to hit a set and ruin Uncle T's night. Unless the flop comes ace high.
Look out.
Ace high will slow this down quickly. And set for Uncle T. And going back to what we had discussed earlier, that oftentimes really kills the action when you have a big pair because you block all the other, not all, but most of the other hands that your opponent could have. And in this case, nobody did much except for Chris with a pair of 4s and 0 equity.
Yeah, I can't imagine that's what call that.
Yeah, so
Oh, God. What?
Uncle T wins 6-17. Can't be mad about that.
Doing the gentlemanly thing and tipping his dealer.
Did you guys get like a
Kevin
new set
White
of
bumping
cards?
up in the aggression frequency.
Burn the table. Wash the table.
Yeah, pretty much everybody. It's relatively even, actually. Almost everybody
Have Tom look away.
above 55%. Barber just a hair below, but
This has been, and I use this
Well,
term very
when I don't have my phone, but when I'm in the actual system, it's
the
just
most
press-
gentlemanly
it's
game of
the
poker
person's
I think
picture,
I've ever seen.
which makes it funny.
well, and what I've noticed is a lot of the folks that have played as much poker as these guys that are pro, semi-pro, etc. They know the etiquette and definitely keep it gentlemanly, as you said, or womanly. The ladies at the table.
Well, Jay wins there. He's got beautiful eyes.
I have gazed into his eyes before. They are gorgeous.
They're heavenly. Oh, look at this flop. But the beauty,
with the 5.
the beauty of this is no one knows what he has.
But we do. We can sound as smart as we want. Got still nobody with squadoosh, really. Ace high, still ace high on the board. So technically J-Win with the best hand here hits the 9 on the river. It's going to want a small one.
And they have to put him on having a 9.
Yeah, and you
What's that?
throw that little bet out there in case somebody wants to just get a little frisky with a pair of 3s. They do throw a bet on the turn or what have you.
I'm great.
Sometimes can get a little more equity.
I get called a bitch at home by my 2-year-old son. A bitch? By my so remember we adopted. So
See some
when
smiley
he doesn't get
faces
his
and
milk,
some heart faces,
Daddy.
so we'll hope that's a good thing.
and he'll walk on his little diaper. Daddy bitch, daddy bitch.
So we got straddle on for hand number 65. It's just over an hour left.
Well, if you clean that shit up, I guess I can see where he kind of looks at you as his bitch.
Oh, he is.
This is my ship cleaner.
Come on, dude. Dude,
Seen a lot of the
funny.
robberies.
He's funny.
To explain that, there was a
Yeah.
famous poker hand where a call was made with Jack High on at a different location. I'll put it that way, where a large pot was won. If you're a poker fan, you know what that is.
Quite a bit of controversy.
Yeah, so it's forever named
Oh, I heard him earlier.
the Robbie or the Robbery.
Thor with a massive $7 limit.
Last Wednesday for lunch.
Tell you what, $7.
Got all
I can't come up with what that
good
is.
stuff.
A pack of gum and a Gatorade, I
You
guess.
can get yourself loaded fries from Texas Car.
There we go.
Texas Roadhouse, and you can tip your bartender.
Actually, here at TCH Austin, I think there's kind bars up front. I believe that'll get you a kind bar. Maybe give you a little energy as you play with Uncle T now with pocket tens.
What can you get with pocket tens? Oh, Kevin, why with the pocket aces?
Well, what tens can get you is aces right in your face.
We call
And-
it the
and
the
that's-
producer Mel. Because you always have some drama with it. In the best, most positive way.
Kevin's going to 3-bet Uncle T.
He's thinking about it.
He's definitely not folding. He's probably either deciding calling or 4-betting.
See, I don't put him
He
on thinking
calls.
he has pocket aces. I think he thinks he has ace king or
Yeah, he's
possibly.
pretty looking like a 9-high flop. Oh, goodness.
Wow.
And Uncle T nails top set. This is a disaster for Kevin.
As my girlfriend can tell you, and I will quote her a lot, F-word pocket aces, and this is why. Now give me
Yeah,
some
this
draw.
is, and Uncle T checks it to Kevin. Kevin is, it's a pretty it's actually about as dry a board as it can be. There's no front door flush. There's very few straights that would be played this way. Uncle T is going to smooth call.
Very nice check.
It'll be interesting to see what Uncle T does on the turn here if he goes ahead and leads. He checks to Kevin. He's going to let Kevin keep betting as the pre-flop aggressor. And this bet will be raised. Kevin's probably going to go for $600 to $700, maybe even $800 range.
He's probably putting Uncle T on like an ace-7 or an ace-4. There's the raise. You called that one.
Maybe even yeah, here it comes.
I would love to see Uncle T raise that.
It goes 575, I believe, 475. So Uncle T is pretending to hate that bet, doing a good job of it, and he's about to raise.
Rocking a fantastic sweater from the fine folks at Texas Card House.
And a beautiful hat, Dallas Cowboys. As he always has.
I'm sorry, everybody.
Uncle T jams.
Wow.
And Kevin is in a miserable spot here.
I cannot imagine Kevin's going anywhere.
Kevin has played with Uncle T a decent amount. He knows that Uncle T is, and he does make the call. He's going to be.
Give me an ace on the river for the drama.
It's going to be a huge pot, 5K.
Oh, he threw it out there. He said, "We're not waiting."
Kevin needs ace and an ace only and does not get it.
And a delicious looking win there.
What a pot for Uncle T, my goodness. That's the hand of the night so far, folks. You flop a set versus an overpair, that is often what the result can be, especially if you play it a little bit deceptively, as Uncle T did. You could see Kevin Y was not loving the call there. I think a lot of people snap off with aces thinking, oh, I've got aces, but he knows that there's some hands Uncle T could have there that might have it. But Uncle T, the big winner so far tonight as we look at the stacks at the bottom of your screen. So Uncle T now with a 5K stack up almost $3,000. He's by far the big winner. Kevin Y, unfortunately, throwing the party, but you know, you get aces, somebody flops top set against you. A lot of times that's going to happen.
You know, I've got a bit of advice for you. More a quip, if you will. I play cash every night, and I leave every night with $2,000. Ask me how.
You buy in for $2,000 right before you leave, and then you go cash out?
Close. I buy in for $5,000 every night.
So I won my big spot. I'll probably lose it.
Every spring.
Go on and celebrate that phenomenal joke by hitting the like and subscribe button.
Sorry. I apologize for trying to ruin it.
Oh, no, you did phenomenal there. You caught me off guard. Kind of like our boy here got caught up with those aces.
Yeah, that's tough.
I'm really just trying to make our producer laugh in the background.
Uncle T with a big stack now.
Kids are just getting out of school.
I think
Or the Cinnabon.
For those listening, the producer is across the little wall here in the studio, and so we can see her, and she chimes in, sends us notes.
she makes our job easier to make your life more entertaining.
Producer Mel, by the way.
I follow her on Instagram. Follow her as well. You can follow me at PokerRhino. You can follow Texas Card House Austin at TCH.ATX. And
Kyle Frisbee.
Kyle Frisbee. I went to Texas State. Eat 'em up Cats. And we had Frisbee Dan. Man, that would...
Frisbee with an IE at the end, I should say. But I went to Texas A&M.
It's okay. We all make mistakes.
There's a Texas in all the schools, right?
You know what? We're all... I'd like you to take a note quick at my shoes.
I did notice that earlier. You have some expensive Brooks that are Star Spangled Banner, I would say, or Texas. Oh, okay. It's
I
got the single
actually
star.
was going to wear a H, which for the streamers are just outside. It's the most glorious place you'll ever go. But I have a T-shirt.
Go watch. No shit.
That'd have been as Texas as you could be.
Well, we're at Texas Card House Austin, home of the fighting Texas Card House Austin race. Save that up right now. Pat Pending. Look at that V-pip though. TOP clearly
He's
dominating.
playing a lot of hands. Yeah, he's playing significantly more than other folks. We've seen him in there with some speculative hands where, with the right run out, he could have actually made quite a bit of profit against some better pre-flop starting hands that might have surprised a person or two.
But I'll give it to everybody in this stream tonight. Everybody is playing brilliantly. Not me. Jam all in on 7-4 offsuit. Hope for the best.
He's got some equity against everything.
We call it the producer Mel because you never know what's going to happen. Howie with the hands coming out. And the bomb peasy. Feeling sleazy. Hope my rhymes aren't making you queasy, listeners. I truly think bomb pots are the greatest thing in poker outside of Badoogie.
Once you figure them out, they can be very profitable. And we have a new player, SL, in seat 1.
Not a hand you want to see there, but
yeah, the trips in your hand in a bomb pot or any PLO hand for that matter is not a good thing.
Unless another 7 comes on the bottom board.
Who has a king here? Bones has a king. Don't know if he has a friend yet. We'll wait for the graphics here.
J-Win
the
to
only
bet.
person that can have a king. Oh, but Uncle T has an 8.
Oh, Bones has the king.
And Uncle T is going to feel better about the 8 on the bottom board because there's a king on. There's 3 kings out there, so there's only 1 king left. But Bones.
Interesting check.
Goes ahead and pots it for 90. Uncle T is. Oh, wow. Uncle T lets the 8 go. No problem. Nice fold. And here we are with Bones with the scooper again against J-Win, going back to hand number 1. Don't see this one inflating too much because Bones, if you have to play 2 cards in your hand, so having the king does not give him a full house with the 8s out there. He just has strip kings. J-Win quick fold. Not much to work with there.
He'll take a nice 170 profit.
Angel, thanks for joining us. That's Villegas.
Or Angel. With
Could
your
be
last.
Angel Villegas. Yeah.
You know, I saw an angel once.
Where?
I was eating a ribeye.
At Texas Roadhouse.
Of course.
After winning a big pot.
Of course. I had lunch at Long John Silver's. for anybody that's been listening this whole time. Queen 7 versus Queen 8 suited. Get out of here, he says. King 10, I can't imagine Prestige isn't going to play this. And he raises. Interesting folds.
There's your hand. Uncle T has your 7-4.
No one has played my hand tonight. I will not
Uncle
rest.
T hated your hand so much, he got up from the table and left. He may not come back.
I will not rest until the 7-4 is called the Rhino.
I think that gives top pair. It does to TOP. Chris going to try to win in position. It's not going to work this time.
Well, at this point, TOP is more so debating. Pair. TOP is just debating if he has a king with a higher kicker. But that check absolutely solidified it for him.
Nice little pot. 255 goes to TOP.
And thank you to all the streamers that have been listening to us tonight. I hope at least 90% of you have DoorDash, Uber Eats, or Grub. Texas Roadhouse. We're not sponsored by them yet. Give us time. We're working on it.
There we go.
80? Come on, Singleton.
I think I should
Real
at
Johnny
least
vibe.
get a
Maybe.
basket of rolls and the honey butter for the shout outs.
See? He's going to put it in there.
We got Ace King suited for Johnny Vibes.
Oh, cinnamon butter for days, which is what I'm going to start referring to the Ace King of Diamonds. Hit him with the oh, but Jack 10 suited. You're gonna raise that for me.
Put that in his name.
Johnny Vibes.
I don't know why she always changes my name.
TOP's played some crazy hands. I would not be shocked at all if he called it.
You wanted to see all
Stack
35
sizes, they're both pretty deep.
Well, for
And
200.
Ace 10 suited versus Ace King suited is actually a pretty fair fight.
Oh, it's definitely a flip off.
There's a jack in the window.
Oh.
And Ace also. So this a little more money is probably going to go in this pot. Although Chris, Johnny Vibes almost immediately checks, so he's kind of trapping here. He knows he has the best hand.
He does, but Chris isn't going anywhere because not only does he have the jack, but he also has the slight backdoor flush. So it's all going to come down to the turn, which does not bring any.
Does not help. Yeah. So Johnny Vibes still. He's going to keep checking. I imagine this is a check back, and yeah, Chris is going to try to get the showdown with his jack.
Yeah, Ace is gonna hold.
Johnny Vibes now. He's going to check again. I'm a little surprised he didn't go for a little value there.
I think he was
Still
more.
wins a big pot.
I think he was more trying
Triple
to get
sevens.
Chris to bet a little bit.
Yeah. Might have known he was a little weak.
But the way these hands have been going tonight, I wouldn't be wary of a top pair being nothing.
Yeah.
I believe we're getting ready for the old Bompeasy.
No, we have a double straddle.
Oh,
Got
my
10
goodness.
and now 20 from TOP.
Forgive me, listeners. I just haven't seen that many straddles tonight, so I was both deceived and besmirched.
We got a big one coming here. Hopefully we get a couple reasonable holdings.
SL with the folded Queen 10. J-Win.
There's a holding.
J-Win ain't going anywhere with this.
Couple sevens.
Gonna raise it up to, I say, 120.
Bones is already eyeing it. He knows J-Win's going to go for the dead money, but Bones has 9-4, so he folds. But now we got 8s versus 7s in a double straddle pot. 9 high. Neither player loves the 9, but both still have to feel like they have the best hand. Oh, and the other prestige jams. I don't blame Jay-Win for calling whatsoever there, but he is drawing very thin. Oh, hold on. The graphics was wrong. It was a bet and a call. So we go to turn, I believe. Yeah, $60 call.
Another 9 out there.
It's an action killer. They both know they have showdown value. They're going to show it down, and Jay-Win's going to wish that he had a little bit higher pair. Pretty standard
Next
play
time you
by
call in,
both,
I'm just gonna fold.
both players.
As soon as you call, I just fold. Like I give up.
I just shove.
Because if I give up,
Well, you got
I can't lose money if I
you got
give up.
Lucifer next to you. That's just like taking all my shit too. So I lost all my hits.
Yeah, for those in the chat, we can adjust the volume of the table chatter. Let us know if you'd like to hear a little more of the players, or if you can hear what you would like.
Or if you'd like, I can sing Sweet Home Alabama 15 hours on repeat. I have a beautiful voice.
Got Thor with a couple of 9s here.
Speaking of beautiful, SL not having anything to play, but definitely taking out one of Thor's.
Ooh, and Kings for Bones. Bones has been quiet for a little bit, but he has a real hand here.
I can't imagine he doesn't 3-bet this.
Definitely coming in for a raise, and does. That makes 9 shrink pretty quickly. Thor only has 600 behind, so he's probably considering, do I play for my whole stack against maybe ace queen, or do I just let these 9s go? He can't really call. He'd only have 400
I'm gonna
left.
find out.
I wouldn't blame him either way.
He jams, and it's the wrong time, unfortunately, for Thor.
Well, let's see what the flop is.
They're going to go once, as Maui lets us know, with the single, and that is it.
Well,
Unless there's a 10,
there's still the chance of a 10.
and that is it.
Nope.
Nice hand by Bones. That's about as smooth as playing Kings can really go. The flop wasn't perfect, but
you also can't blame.
yeah, you can't blame Thor. He might have thought, Bones was making a move, or it was a flip at the very worst. But in that case,
He's still got live action.
yeah, he's gonna stay in. So Uncle T is still our leader. 2.7K winner. Bones 1.8 after that big win there.
Heroes, please, stream.
I felt like you would have just got it. Because there was a 40 crowd.
I know for a fact that he does, and that's why he goes by Uncle T, actually. Having done, for a lot of the listeners maybe, he's done commentary here with me in the past, and I got that little piece of information. So yeah, that's what his nieces and nephews call him, Uncle T. He's a great guy, great player. He definitely knows what he's doing.
I predict one hand. The Rhino.
I will bet against that, but I'm rooting for you.
Gentlemen's agree.
30 minutes
Yeah.
left.
45, I think.
45.
And then after
Power out.
We're back in.
It's a power round.
Just a heads up, y'all. C9's got 100 back.
well, in that case.
scores 3 touchdowns in the second half. He's got one. We did a league where everybody buys in for it.
So Tom, you want to hear something funny?
Yeah,
So the football game earlier,
Called TOP
college game,
is
the famous toaster.
up there.
Bitcoin's gone up like 50% since
The famous toastery.
that's right.
The famous toastery is a group of restaurants.
Yeah, so we have
How many restaurants do you
I think
think?
we're going to get some action. SL.
we had a guy who scored.
He's been silently waiting.
No, we weren't even kidding.
Garrett, thanks for the
And
feedback on the
here's the
volume.
kicker.
I turned the table
They're
down a
only
little
open for
bit.
brunch.
Let me know
They're
if
not even
it's
open for dinner.
I mean, he only shorted one.
where everybody likes here. And there's a 7-4, and
Probably a gift certificate.
Oh,
folds it.
Jaywin, you crushing it.
You were so close there.
The one man it was suited, and the one man I thought would actually play.
Jay Wynn could have played it. He'd be most capable of winning with it, probably.
Oh, it's bad.
We have ace queen and 10 jack suited.
That's all trash.
I'm
Get
sorry,
out of
10
here.
king suited.
Watch this flop, 7-4.
Yeah, but check, if you get some time, check it. The toaster.
Would have had a gutter.
That's the name of the
Nobody with much.
Still live in there. Johnny Vibes with the backdoor flush.
I don't think.
This is probably going to come down to
No, but
who
it's
wants
funny.
it
That
more
story is really
from a betting standpoint, and
SL, I don't see.
tough to continue. SL's new to the table too. He's got to feel out how people are playing, and he's right now. The 6 actually strengthens the likelihood his ace high is good, and he is correct.
Excellent play by SL.
And he's going to win with ace high. He's got to show it. Nice play by SL to hang in there.
Looks like TOP also leading the pre-flop rings. Which understandably so. He's had some phenomenal cards tonight.
If I could do anything, go back in time, especially business, I'd go back and start. Like,
Here we go. We got a double straddle again.
Garrett, thank you for that feedback. You are a gentleman and a scholar.
Just print money.
Frisbee's right, though. We do, in fact, have
Yeah.
a juicy straddle.
Well, Plato, I grew up in Plato, so.
I very rarely
Yeah,
see
Plato's pretty ghetto.
Uncle
Yeah,
T
West
do
Plato.
a, Jaywin.
Definitely going to play ace jack suited for a raise.
I was going to say, I very rarely see
Die.
Uncle T do a straddle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's, well, he's the big winner, so I'm a little similar.
Yeah,
I'm more likely to
I went
straddle
to that
if
high
I'm
school where those kids died.
the big winner at the table, so maybe a factor there.
Oh, yeah. So right, that's
We've
cool.
got oh wow, we got ace jack suited, king queen suited, and aces for SL, who somewhat recently sat down, so he's going to try to figure out how to play this to extract the most amount of money.
The freshman team, when I tried out,
I don't see
cut
Jay
was
winning
like
bones
76.
going anywhere.
Isn't that crazy?
I have not played with SL to my knowledge. I don't know if Jaywin and Bones have. I know Jaywin and Bones have played many hours together, so they would have a little
Name
more
is-
knowledge,
I mean, the
but
name is familiar,
he's going to
but I
make it,
wouldn't
it
know.
looks like somewhere around 4 and change. It's a pretty big raise. That's going to shrink Jaywin's ace jack suited. He makes it
That's
385.
that's pretty good.
That's not enough to really scare him.
When I was 18, I was a server at a restaurant in the Omni Hotel, and I took care of Lou Brignan.
Pocket pair.
SL
That was
has
cool. So he drank
2K.
a bottle of wine in like 4 or 5 minutes.
Jaywin,
And then had. Like,
I guarantee you that's what Jaywin's thinking about is
you couldn't eat half of it.
his stack big enough to make it worth making this call.
Do you call? Do
That was
you
crazy.
jam, or do you fold here, Frisbee?
I'm definitely folding. personally.
Jaywin isn't.
Mostly because of position.
Of course.
I mean, he is in the low jack, so he has position on the aces, but
It's going to be a very interesting flop.
Yeah, something like that.
yeah, this could be very,
We've seen aces.
especially if there's a couple diamonds out there.
We've seen aces crush tonight already once.
Ooh, terrible flop for Jaywin. He flops top pair, top kicker. Connected board. He's going to want to, and SL, his aces get even better because he has ace of clubs. So he's going to continue. Jaywin's going to have a really tough decision here. Very tough to fold top pair. I can see him jamming.
I see Jaywin folding and putting him on the flush.
It's hard to put somebody on a flop flush, but he's going to flatten, I guess, see one more street. It was a relatively small bet compared to this, and a total blank on the turn, so. See what SL does here.
I'd like to see him check here.
Yeah, since we can see the cards, a check would be, but
if he pays attention to poker at all, he knows who Jaywin is.
yeah, he's
73 beers on a flight from
Jaywin's really, given the stack to pot, SL bets half his stack. Jaywin basically can only decide right now he's going to go with it or he's going to fold. There's no way he calls here.
So that was, honestly, it's one of my favorite episodes. That's a boss hog.
Good fold.
Nice fold by Jaywin.
Good fold.
Sniffed it out.
They try to break blocks.
A lot of people would lose it all there.
Oh, it's hilarious.
A very nice pot for SL, but a lot of people aren't able to get away from the proverbial top there with ace jack. The flush obviously was a concern for Jaywin to some extent, but SL showed a lot of strength the whole way.
No, that was played brilliantly by both players.
I agree.
Those guys are so big.
Uncle T with the tens again.
T for 10, I guess.
Reina letting us know
He's had a lot of tens.
to step outside for a bit. Hope they enjoyed themselves. You know who's enjoying themselves? Kevin Y with the ace king.
This will be interesting.
Now, you should watch those cards.
And an ace jack for SL. SL just finished scooping a big pot. You know, I will admit I do this. You get a playable hand right after winning a big pot, but it's marginal. No, it's marginal, like ace jack, and I'm like, you know what? I'll finish stacking my chips.
Fair.
I'm not going to get too greedy.
But, ooh, that ace jack would have looked pretty there, because look at Uncle T with the trips again. Excuse me, a boat. I apologize.
Yeah, Kevin Y. Oh, wow.
Oh.
It's actually a bad card for Uncle T because it reduces his full house. Now he's losing to pocket jacks.
Yeah, but if anybody has...
Or pocket kings.
If anybody...
But it makes Kevin Y think it's much more likely that he could be ahead, or at the very least knows that an ace or a king is the best hand.
Well, an ace and a king can still come on the river.
Can't really put...
But he's
yeah,
safe.
can't really put your opponent on quad queens.
Oh my God!
Thinking about how Ken would be upset if I was
Beautiful win for Uncle T.
I think he shows a 10.
So perfectly played by Uncle T.
You know, sometimes
full house as Uncle T joins us in the booth here for a moment.
Hey, Uncle T. How? Wait a minute. How?
For those listening, we're on a 15-minute delay, so there's Uncle T played that hand quite a bit ago.
Uncle T, you know what? We're no longer calling it pocket tens. We're calling them the Uncle T's. Because that's twice.
Yeah, we made that up on that hand.
Yeah.
So
also, I've dubbed.
Did you work out?
Terrible turn card for you. Yeah.
I've also dubbed on this stream tonight that 7-4 is the greatest hand in poker, and they're called the Rhino now. The Rhino, 7-4.
Here we go. We got.
I did. I am very, very humble.
Good. Couple Cowboys for Bones.
Oh, Bones got the Cowboys. Thank you. Cowboys, great in poker, terrible football team.
SL King Jack suited.
I just wanted to. Oh, go ahead. Go. I just wanted to repeat this really quick before Uncle T leaves. Cowboys, phenomenal poker hand. Terrible football team. Terrible football team.
You're not going to get a lot of love from the Texas folks for that.
Oh, hashtag go Green Bay. Let me see some cheesehead love. Actually, I'm going to be honest with you. They played the 49ers the other day at Green Bay. Someone rolls in, all decked out in, 49er attire, but they had a cheese grater on their head, and I absolutely loved it. Almost as much as, that was, you know what, that had to be. He had King Jack of clubs folded.
Yeah, you got 4-bet. You got to get away from King Jack there.
As they say,
Bones gonna play pocket kings out of position extremely aggressively. Hallie says lots of pairs tonight. I agree. This may be the most pairs I've ever seen on a specific stream. So
I can't lie to y'all. This has definitely been a phenomenal game for my debut in live streaming. This is my first time live streaming. So thank you guys for the feedback. Thank you guys for the love. What we would love, though, is a like and subscribe. Already.
Got 10 Jack for SL here on the button.
I keep wanting to call him SNL.
There's Uncle T with Ace 10. Another Ace, 10 Jack for J-Win.
Woof. Ace 9 for Bones. He's going to call.
That's cool.
Woo! Who has a spade?
Uncle T.
Uncle T does have a spade. It's not a great one, multi-way, but now open-ender for both J-Win and SL. A queen in 7.
Thanks, dude.
Good luck, man. You're gonna need it.
I'm gonna need it.
No,
Yeah, I do.
Hi, Kevin. How you doing, dude? Man, you guys got soft.
Everyone bricks out, so Uncle T actually has the best hand with top pair here.
So lucky. Just kidding, Johnny. You're the man.
Looks like he'll probably...
Bones has.
Oh, apologies. We do have
no,
two
no,
pair for
you're right,
Bones.
Welcome back. Where you been? School. That's important. Hang tight. Poker second, teams first.
Close enough.
I'll be here all night. I'll be here next week.
Maui. out the ace-2 to Johnny Vibes. He says, not today. SL with the pocket aces again.
It's a tremendous number of pocket aces we've seen tonight.
My
And
God.
actually, SL with them for the second time in, I believe he's only done
Oh.
this for maybe 20 or so hands. Oh,
Jay
no.
Wynn with the no, but I've seen Jay Wynn crush aces. I was there. I have been crushed.
It is very difficult to crush. 18% of the time, he definitely thinks this is his redemption, but this is likely to be a $5,000 pot.
I want to see SL do a 3-bet to the 300. Because I don't see Jay Wynn leaving pocket Cowboys.
Oh, absolutely. No chance Jay Wynn's folding kings. SL's just trying to decide if he's going to flat and play it a little sneaky or go for the 4-bet here.
He's going for the 4-bet. Oh,
And-
I thought he grabbed up purple. I'm sorry.
And he does.
He
and
does.
Jay Wynn's, I imagine he's going to put the 5th bet in here. Unfortunately for him, he's had a lot of hands where he's slightly second best.
That's kind of what you expected.
And SL isn't too far behind on him on a total stat count.
Yeah, this has a very good chance of being a $5,000+ dollar pot.
Oh, nice.
Jay Wynn jams, gets snap called. They're going to go twice. Just one of the worst situations in poker, kings versus aces. Can't really do much about it if you're Jay Wynn.
Yeah, but
Maybe
when
he
you go
can
twice, the king is coming on the first one.
Doesn't have a heart.
Queen of heart. Don't let it be a king of heart. Oh wait, no, king of heart's fine.
A chop would be a huge win for Jay Wynn.
Yeah, king of heart.
No such luck on the first board.
Ace is good there. Ace is hold.
Oh, my gosh.
Needs a 10 for some hope. Now a king only.
Wow.
And that is a scoop for SL.
I have never seen pocket aces be so dominant
Barber's mistake.
than tonight.
SL has had pocket aces twice in about 20 hands and has gotten paid. A very unfortunate spot for Jay Wynn. Have you ever folded pocket kings pre-flop?
I couldn't.
I have done it one time.
I folded pocket queens one time. But that's the most ballsy thing. I don't.
I faced a 5-bet from a type player, and actually I paid him to show me his cards, and I was right. He did have aces, but that is the singular time that I've ever done that.
Woof.
But it's just nearly impossible.
Because a majority of the time, you have the nuts. Like, he probably put SL on having an ace king or an ace queen.
Queens, sometimes jacks, ace king suited. Yeah, there's a lot of hands you could have there, but...
And I got to give it to SL. He played that beautifully.
Can you grab someone to get chips?
Did not let it be. My immature ass would have jammed on the river.
Yeah, played it a little slow.
Of course.
Yeah, he got the money in before there could be any... Well,
he let
the
Jay
worst
win.
thing that could have happened for SL is to flop a set, because that would have slowed Jay Wynn down. But to get the money in when he did...
Jay would take a
certainly
little
paid off.
break. Understandably so.
I saw him pull some cash out. I believe he's going to be rebuying here.
Not to you, buddy.
Well, he took his
I'd like
best
to give a shout out to my girlfriend watching on the stream.
When he
Look,
calls
my
his
love,
best step.
aces do win. But to be fair, if I were playing them, crushed every time. I can't lie to you, Frisbee. I was waiting for the king to show up, at least on one of the boards. But
Yeah, the losing 2 runouts, even though you only have 18% equity,
Now,
is
how many hands?
slightly unlucky for Jay Wynn that he couldn't get a chop there. But hey, great for SL. He joined us, and he's here to play. He's played well and had some good means to do it with. So Kevin Wyatt's got the snowmen for the holidays again.
SL woke up this morning, brushed his teeth, had some Texas Roadhouse for lunch, and came and dominated with pocket aces.
Maybe he had the New York strip first, and that's the key.
That's what it was. I bet you anything he got the garlic butter.
Yeah, he got the garlic butter, he got the basket of biscuits, and came over here to just crush.
We will never call pocket aces the bullets again. They are from now on.
Probably the last hour.
the garlic butters.
Because they're not the...
They are sweet and smooth.
They're not the accoutrement, the floppins. But they make it that much sweeter.
They do make it sweeter.
I guess savory, not sweet.
Umami.
Umami.
Tonight's worked out all right for you.
Producer
First
Mel,
time on stream.
unbeknownst
Umami.
to y'all, is realizing that Frisbee and I are the greatest commentary team of all time.
Got some suited Broadways here, SL and Uncle T. Uncle T dominating SL's jack kicker with his ace.
But
They're
SL
gonna go
doesn't
heads
know
up.
that.
SL is running good here. He's probably going to flop a royal flush.
Not today.
Not today.
Not today.
Yeah, Uncle
And
T
no diamonds.
way ahead. Diamond on the turn. Nobody loves, particularly Uncle T.
Hey, well, what a good hand for 7-4, right?
I'm assuming this is just going to go bet fold.
SL, you got it.
Yeah.
And he does. Good fold.
Jwin has rebought. Has a new stack of chips there.
And he's cracking open another beer. Good for him. You know, the last time I did a live stream, I had a couple of beers with Jwin. He's a swell guy. Let's see what this flops are. Oh, do we have someone new? Oh, no. There's
Bringing chips for Jwin. He's going to match the stack, and
Trying to be nice.
oh, that's all?
that's the beauty of it. If he wins a big one here at the end, you can actually walk away a winner. After some really rough luck there running kings into aces.
I was watching Poker Mama.
Yeah, lock the doors, don't let anybody out.
Yeah.
Been on the Texas Cardinals Dallas stream.
Sorry, I'll just stand up there, and if anyone tries to leave, we'll just
Watched her play the win.
yeah, a couple rats.
Women's took a big hit down to $55 and came back for 10K.
Wow.
Yeah, did not add on, did not buy back, did not fought. So
That is
guys,
a wild run.
when they say chip in a chair, it's real.
Yeah, so for the folks that want to play the typical entry-level stakes here at TCH is 1-2. You can buy in for as little as $100 up to $300. And I have seen somebody run $18 up to about $2,400. So
I actually was doing the, and this isn't me bragging, it is me bragging. But this isn't me bragging so much as it's me letting the fans know what you can do. I bought in for $100. I got here at 5:15. Stream started at 6:10. I bought in for $100, and I'm sitting at about $600 right now.
heck yeah.
Like
Just
I said,
today.
guys, it's just some days you hit, some days you don't. Trust me, I have lost more than I have won. Producer Mel has beaten me for many a hand.
I did too.
Interesting river here.
Yeah, both players with top pair of the 7 plays, so Chris is going to win. Decent pot there, actually, with a marginal
That's the
hold.
first time I'd ever paired up my ace. I don't know what to tell you. I'm a real.
Those add up, though. Win 10 of those, you got $2 grand.
SL, the most recent addition to the table, but top in with Ray's first in. All right.
No, that was it.
$100 handily with pocket aces
Yeah,
twice.
if you keep getting aces, your RFI better be pretty high. Otherwise, you're doing something very wrong. And SL certainly is not. He has played them, magnificently.
You know who's been playing pretty brilliantly is Thor. We're not giving him a lot of love because he hasn't been in the hand very much, but he has been playing.
Yeah, he's played very well. And even, it's worth calling out the hand previously where Jaywin was up against SL's aces again with ace-jack and top pair, top kicker.
Sure.
That laydown is a professional laydown. That's very tough to do. And unfortunately was not rewarded a few hands later when he got kings. But the thing to remind yourself of is at some point you'll be the person with the aces and somebody else will be the ones with the kings.
We got Johnny Vibes with a straight draw against Kevin Wise flush draw. Hashtag woof.
Yeah, gutter for Johnny Vibes. Ace high is actually good, but look at the equities. Dead 50-50 at this point. Blank on the turn.
What anybody wanted to. Well, Johnny Vibes probably is okay with seeing that. But I imagine Kevin's going to raise.
Kevin's going to keep firing.
He has to.
He's going to semi-bluff for sure. He did not.
No, he probably should have.
And the 7 actually is a good card for Vibes because it makes it a little less likely that someone has a pair.
To be fair, Kevin could easily raise here and make him think he has a 7.
I think he'll probably just represent. Oh, he just checks back. Interesting. Johnny Vibe wins with ace high.
It's a very chill hand.
I have to admit, I would not be able to resist going for the only way to win bet there on the river.
You kind of have to. But I also respect
$25.
The queen and the jack are a likely card for you to have, especially if it's checked back to you. But at the same time, Kevin may be thinking, well, Johnny Vibes is checking his jack, and he's just going to snap call him off with second pair there. So
to be fair, though, there have been many a hand tonight in the stream, as well as that I've played personally, where you have the nuts, you know you have the nuts, and you check to get equity.
Right. Yeah,
Well, let's fold in the Doyle. Oh, those 10s are back.
The Uncle T's.
The Uncle T's. The Uncle 10s?
The Uncle 10s.
The Uncle
yeah.
10s.
And here's Thor with ace king, and they're in the blind, so this is interesting.
I see TOP folding and it going to a heads up against Vibes and Thor.
Yeah, TOP is going to figure out pretty quickly that he picked the wrong time to try to steal the blind and presumably a straddle, I believe we have.
I would love nothing more than to see TOP call an 8-5 pop on the flop. Oh my God, SL.
SL has ace-queen suited.
Forgive me, listeners. This just got juicy.
Wow. This is an interesting spot. Ace-queen suited, it's a pretty hand, but based on that action ahead of you, it shrinks quick, and I love the fold there. I would have absolutely folded in the same spot.
SL just showed his professionalism in that moment, and I'm sure it's tough.
Johnny Vibes, this was an interesting spot for him. Thor isn't particularly deep, so Vibes might just be thinking about jamming it in there. And
if I'm Vibes, I jam all in there.
He's going to let it go.
To be fair,
he could be against a bigger pair and be way, way behind. We know it would have been a flip, but the stack sizes made that a little more attractive.
Yeah, and to be fair, the amount of kings and aces that have flopped tonight, I don't blame him for folding pocket.
The number of pocket pairs and ace kings has been wild tonight.
Yeah. Oh,
I can't lie to you, listeners. This has been a phenomenal stream.
look at Ace King and I'm like, ugh.
Lots of big hands against other big hands, and some very interesting flops.
And for all you producers over at Texas Roadhouse, because I know you watch the live stream, sponsor us. We want food, and we want you. But you know what I want more than that, Frisbee?
What is that?
The listeners to like and subscribe.
Let's like and subscribe.
Come on. Hit us with the like and subscribe.
We've only got 15 minutes left. If you'd enjoyed this, go ahead and click those buttons. It helps us. Gets a few more eyes on the stream.
Listeners, let them know that you want Rhino and Frisbee to be your commentators for life. Hell, we'll sell Texas Card House Frisbees with rhinos on them. Raina, thank you for the love tonight. You have been very active, and we appreciate it. You are our Texas Card House Streamer of the Night. Garrett, you were a close second.
Got suited connector here for Kevin. It's going to raise it up.
I don't see Johnny Vibes going anywhere.
Suited king in position. And another ace-jack suited for
SL.
SL.
Some
SL
phenomenal
has-
hands.
If every time I played poker I could have SL's last 25 hands, I would
You'd be a rich man.
be a very rich man.
Oh, Kevin Y with the suited connectors, not knowing that SL has the same suit but much prettier. SL raising to 155. Kevin calling and Johnny Vibes rightfully folding. This is scary.
Spades would be a disaster. No
Oh!
spades. Do have a pair and top pair. SL again, way ahead.
Kevin's not completely out of it. It's just gonna be a woof.
Yeah, and he gets lead into on an ace high board with a queen. This is a tough spot to continue.
I can't lie, if the stream continues, because they do play after the stream ends. If SL gets up, I'm taking his seat.
There was a comment I want to circle back to by Garrett. First time I went to TCH Dallas, I bought in for $90 and ran it up to 1.2K.
Brilliant.
And played with house money for 6 months. It's a good run, Garrett.
I can't lie to y'all. I did my first live stream here at Texas Card House Austin. A week later, I went to Texas Card House Dallas. Played against British Bulldog and Wolfgang. Beat them both heads up one time. Did not win the stream, but I can say that.
Both great players.
This is going to be a very, oh goodness. Goodness gracious. You got open-ended versus top pair.
Gut shot, but yeah, top pair.
Uncle T going nowhere.
Uncle T needs a queen, and he
There
gets
it is!
Oh, wow.
Wow!
Uncle T can't believe that river. It does bring the flush in, so it's not the perfect card, but...
I don't see Chris leaving, though.
Yeah, Chris is going to bet here, and Uncle T, it's going to be hard to raise without
I
the
see him
spade
calling.
hitting.
I see him calling. I don't see him
Yeah, I
raising.
just see a call here. And he does, and is going to win a $680 pot.
You know what you could do with $680, Frisbee?
You can go to Texas Roadhouse and have a prime rib for you and 3 of your best friends.
But you know what you else could do? Is come by Texas Card House Austin on 183 in Austin, Texas. Buy yourself a hat and a sweater and look the most fly whilst eating a prime rib at Texas Roadhouse. What are the chances of us getting sponsored?
We'll see.
I didn't know where you were going with that.
I had 2 seconds to think about it, and I went with we'll see. I'm not sure.
He checked, folks. He checked. He didn't raise.
I checked.
He checked.
I checked.
I think Prestige is going to definitely get the. Oh, okay. Chris calling. I did not see that. I apologize. Uncle T! Folds it.
Yeah, King 9 out of position. Got to let her go there.
You do. Call it now. Who do you think's winning this one? TOP?
Whoever has a queen.
No one. No one.
Whoever bets first. How about
Whoever
that?
bets first. Oh, TOP, you let it up.
Yeah, Chris checks back.
Oh, interesting flop for the hand. Again, we
Yeah,
have
I think.
the-
Okay, so Prestige is. This is now my new prediction. Oh, he checks.
I think Chris is going to bet here.
Yeah, he's got to represent the ace. He's got nothing, and TOP can't.
But in TOP's
Yeah, he
defense,
lets
in TOP's defense, Chris was the nuts the whole way.
Folks, we have about 5 hands left. Just want to remind you of our big New Year's Bang tournament coming to Las Colinas, Dallas. $300,000 guaranteed. Starts December 28th through January 1st. It's a 2-day event, so you don't have to play all those days. You play day one, try to make it to day 2. If you do that, you have a chance at $300K in total prize pool.
You know what? Come on
Great value.
December 28th. If you lose, come with me and Frisbee to Six Flags. We'll ride roller coasters, we'll have snacks, and then we'll go for day 3. Because you can do that. There's 8 flights.
Also worth pointing out, the structure of this tournament is phenomenal. You $400 buy-in, a chance to win a big score. You get a $30K starting stack, and most importantly, plenty of play, 30-minute levels. So it's not a turbo. You got a chance to show your skill.
Speaking of showing skill, look at Thor winning with the
$37
pocket
with kings. Always a little bit disappointing.
Hey, Frisbee, let me ask you, what would you do with $300K?
Oh, wow.
You know what I would do?
300K. What would you do?
You know what? I would buy a hot tub.
Yeah.
And I'd buy a puppy.
I have a much less interesting answer, but I would buy a car wash.
Interesting investment. I like it. So me
Yeah.
and the missus and the kiddo, we live in an apartment that has a car wash in it. You have to do it manually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But
membership car wash. That's what I would do.
what would you call it?
Frisbees, of course.
The marketing sells itself. Oh, God, I love it.
On to hand 90. We're going to be finishing at hand 93. So thanks, everybody who's been listening along all night or even hopped on here partially the way through. So
Hey.
we just got 3 more to go here.
If you busted an SL and hopped in last minute, we love you too. Probably not as much as TOP loves that flop.
And Kevin Y flopped the flush draw, the second nut flush draw. Hates to pair on the turn, though.
Woof, can we see a king? But let me see a king of clubs. Oh, no, it's already out there.
Yeah, king of clubs would be a disaster for Kevin Y.
Well, it's already out
Not
there.
a disaster.
It's already out there.
Kevin Y. Oh, you're right. Yeah, a flush on the river would be.
These are the hands we live for.
Nope. somewhat of a blank.
Ace is still good, I believe.
Yeah, pair of aces is good.
This is how much I love you streamers. I've had to hold this microphone up to my mouth the whole night. TOP, what are you going to do? He says
Johnny
not
Vibes
to
wins with pair of aces, 8 kicker. Not the best kicker, but technically aces and fours with a king kicker, so
aces have been
wasn't gonna lose to ace jack or ace queen.
I'm about to say the most cliche, obvious comment of the night. Aces have dominated tonight.
Yeah, we've had a lot of ace high hands or top pair no kicker aces win. Pocket tens have dominated the night.
Pocket
tons of aces.
The Uncle Teds. The Uncle Tens.
Yeah, the Uncle T10s have been kind of the story.
Yeah, you got to hashtag wolf
SL's
that.
aces.
Chris going to play the suited connector, understandably so.
I must never read the chats on the stream.
They know the stream's about to end, so they want to put on a show for you folks, which give them some love. Johnny Vibes getting some love from Maui. Talk about hashtag wolf. That's right. I said hashtag out loud.
Nothing wrong with that. Johnny Vibes, he's under the gun, so
what do you, Frisbee?
Looks a little more strong to Chris.
Frisbee, what do you do if you're in Chris's position right now? Do you call? Do you raise? What do you do?
It's small enough to go ahead and call and see it flop, but you know you're well behind, most likely, unless there's 2 hearts here, and there was not.
Back door still. Back door still. But remember, Johnny doesn't know what Chris has. See a heart. Oh, okay.
And that's going to end things, I believe.
Yeah, that's 100% for Johnny.
Yeah, Johnny's going to bet fold. Unless,
good fold.
Quick fold by Chris.
Understandable.
On to hand number 92. This is going to be our last no-limit hold'em hand. We'll end on a bomb pot, as always.
And as they say, folks, bomb peasy, take it easy. If she's sleazy, get cheesy. If my rhymes are making you queasy, I'll end it in a breezy. You're welcome.
That was that ad-libbed?
I think I've said the same thing like 18 times in different orders. We have fun here, folks.
Got
Jay Wynn not going anywhere, I bet. Oh, wait, nope, made me a liar.
Ace-6 offsuit, no good, early position. Bones is going to play the Jack-9 suited.
King-10 getting called. Queen, oh, goodness
Suited
gracious.
Broadway for Thor. He's going nowhere. So
see, I would have raised if I was in Thor's position.
There's a lot of flops here that could hit all 3 players. Give us some Broadway cards.
There we are.
That is exactly what we needed.
This is a way to end the freaking stream.
Gutter for Bones. Middle pair Thor. Top pair TOP.
You know what? Give Bones the 10.
The 10 would definitely be an action card.
Oh, we got the flush possibility.
Yeah, Thor now turns a huge hand. He's got a pair and a flush draw.
Thor going nowhere.
Bones now has 2 pair. Oh, excuse me. Not 2 pair.
No, Bones has a
just a pair of
mid pair.
Nines.
Mid pair. Everybody has something here.
Everybody's got something. If you look at the equities, Bones is furthest behind.
You know what? I'd love a jack of clubs. Give me a jack of clubs. Oh, we got the club.
We did get the flush, so Thor is going to win the last no-limit hand of the night and gets bet into. Has to love it.
But he doesn't know what they have.
And actually, the stack sizes are interesting here. So TOP only has 530 behind. Thor 1.1K. I guarantee you he's willing to put the rest in, and he does. He gets an insta-fold. Nice win, though.
I'll take that
for
for
Thor. And we're on to the final hand. We're going to play some PLO bomb pot here. We'll see if we can get maybe a scoop or a couple folks with
You know what?
big hands on both boards.
I'm gonna throw out some love from my boy Jay Wynn. I'd like to see him scoop.
He deserves it. He's run into it with the Kings versus Aces. He had the early scoop.
I'd like him to win with the Uncle Tens.
Let's give him some Uncle Tens. Let's give him quad tens and a straight.
I played a tournament the other day at another establishment, and the pocket tens decided just to see what happened. Flop 10, queen 10.
It's a good flop for tens.
The turn was a queen, so I got scared.
Oh, you're worried about.
Guy flopped a boat, or excuse me, he didn't flop a boat. He got a boat on the river, beat him with the Uncle Tens.
Let's see if somebody has clubs and somebody has maybe
Johnny Vibes
pocket
with the
fours or a three. There's a three. Thor has a three.
What you got, Jay Wynn? Pocket queens.
Thor actually had the Uncle T's. Jay Wynn has queens. No good on this board, or these boards,
This
I
is
should
a
say.
very interesting flop to end the stream. Thor going nowhere with the Uncle Tens.
He's got trip threes on the top board, and he also has a flush draw on the bottom board. Not a good one.
Chris, though, has pocket aces, which is deceivingly delicious.
Nobody. Oh, Johnny Vibes actually has the best clubs. Not good in a bomb pot though. You want to have the nut clubs or nut flush. I believe the turn was a blank for most players as we get back to the graphics here.
Looks like Thor's still ahead with the pocket Uncle Teds. Woof.
Nobody putting money in this pot. Nobody with really.
No one really has
a strong hand. Yeah, so actually Chris technically has a scoop here with his pocket aces.
He's going to bet, but I guarantee you everybody folds.
Let's see.
Well, no, Kevin has the potential. No, Kevin has.
So yeah, pocket aces are good. Pocket aces and threes are good. Hold on, somebody has a three. I think our equities might be off, unless there was a fold.
Oh, you're
Thor
right.
Has a three if our graphics are correct here. So that would be trip threes and then a set of aces for Chris W on the bottom.
The problem is Kevin thinks he has the boat.
Yeah, I think we might have.
Oh, did he fold it?
Yeah, I think so. Chris is going to win that last one. I think possibly when there's four cards, there's the RFID gets the hands a little crossed over. But
well, guys,
so Chris is going to win our final hand.
It's been a blast.
It's been a great time. Thanks everybody for joining in the chat. Rhino, thanks for joining me here.
Frisbee, you've been a pleasure, a treat, and God bless America. We're going to go to Texas Roadhouse.
On to Texas Roadhouse, and happy holidays to everyone, and we'll be back after that time.
And you know, before we let y'all go, like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Thanks everybody.
Bye, guys.